Well, good morning, hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Campillos and the biggest rental karting event anywhere in the world. My name is Henry Baudet. This is Gert Timrots, and this is the 2025 SWS Saudi World Series International Finals, live on the 3MK Events YouTube channel, brought to you by WFR Live TV. Gertz, welcome back. We were in Genk last year. We've now made our way to the beautiful Andalusia region of southern Spain, about 45 minutes north of the city of Malaga, and the temperatures are scorching.
Are rising.
Yes.
And we are ready to race for our second day of racing. We got the qualifying yesterday already. Now we are ready for the first heat, and we have a long day ahead of us. So we have 24 great races today. I forgot to turn up the mic.
Let's start again. Well, Gertz is busy saying how we got 24 races to get through today. Yesterday was qualifying, Gertz.
Yeah, but now we have a real racing with the starting grids, with the standing starts, and then with a fight till the first corner until the last corner of this race.
Now, of course, today we're broadcasting live around the world on 3MK Events. We have a live chat feature on the YouTube channel. Please keep your comments coming in. We're going to keep them respectful. This is an international event. There are 400 drivers from 53 nations competing. So please, let us know. We can read the comments in English.
We can read.
Let us know who you're cheering for, where you're watching from, and what you're excited about. Already, we've got plenty of support for the French drivers. I can see Kiki21, Jansna Gamboa supporting the drivers from Chile. I've got Maxim Novacato from Ukraine, Johan Tadishi from France. We've got Kiki supporting Manuel Rodrigo and Edu Bernal from Spain. We've got people supporting Italy. We've got lots and lots and lots of comments coming in.
Who could thought that they will be up so early?
Well, exactly.
For the first race of this day.
Plenty of support for Chile again, and the Czech Republic. Nikola Protivova getting some support. John Del Valle from Spain. But that is enough from us. Let's have a look at this wonderful 1,584 meter circuit here at Campillos. Let's go racing.
So, welcome to Campillos KartCenter, welcome to Spain and to Saudi World Series International Finals. This is the circuit. Now we have 18 corners and quite high elevation. During the one lap you have to go uphill twice and downhill twice.
Exactly. Of course, you've got several different categories. There are over 100 drivers in the sprint categories. They have been split into 4 groups after qualifying. Then we have 30 drivers in Masters. Those are the drivers that are aged 40 years and over. Then we have our Ladies' Cup, 30 female racers. And we have 60 drivers under the age of 16. They have been split not by age, but by driver weight. The juniors are the heavier 30 drivers. The kids are the lighter 30 drivers. So in total, we've got 5 categories to bring you.
So anyway, any driver at any moment during the race have to maintain the minimum weight.
Yep.
So there are weights on the go-karts, but anyway, the juniors are split in 2 categories, the lightest ones and the heaviest ones.
Well, here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. It's Masters Heat 1, heading out onto the circuit. Let's take you through the starting lineup for this race, because each driver yesterday competed in 3 qualifying sessions. Qualifying 1 set the grids for the first round of heats, and we had a fantastic first in the history of this event, the Faroe Islands. Qualifying on pole position with Ian Anderson, and alongside Ian on the front row from France, it's Bryce and Gessen. Laurent Quendo and Makoto Kubo go from row number 2. Reigning and defending champion Geoffrey Galachet and Olivier Laurencon go from row number 3.
There we have a row number 4. There starts Frank Vernole on the inside and Juan Esteban on the outside. On row number 5, it's Eduardo Favila together with Stefano Lelli. And in row number 6, it's Jose Francisco Gonzalez Jimenez and Joel Four.
Marco Lauer and Ruslan Denis go from row number 7. Gustavo Zimmerman Martins and Alexander Batrician go from row number 8. And Olivier Bruno and Andrea Rocco start on row number 9.
We have row number 10 with Christian Rudnik and Kazafumi Saita, Julian Bezengi and Luke Neibecker starting from row 11, and it's row number 12 with Farid Taglet and Nadim Haddad.
Jose Perez, Fabrice Lanuse, Tero Makinen, Jerome Uwe, Carlos Andre Augusto, and Martin Burgers round out the field. Just to give you an idea of the number of different nations represented: France, Spain, Portugal, Lebanon, Germany, Japan, Brazil, Latvia, Italy, the Faroe Islands, Switzerland, Finland, Tunisia in this race alone. But Gert Teamrots, 24 races today. The first race in the 2025 Saudi World Series is about to get underway.
We are waiting for the lights to go off here at the circuit Campillos, and waiting for the first race to start. It's Jan Andersen with the number 12 in his pole position, and Brice Nguessan right side by side him. The starting rows are actual rows. There is no advantage to the first, third and fifth and so on. They are actually side by side on this circuit.
The only advantage is that the drivers on the first, third, fifth, they've got the inside line.
Inside line to the corner where
to turn
they
number
are
1.
Going flat out in.
Yes. It's going to be a flat-out right-hand uphill corner through turn number 1. Race lengths, it's going to be
10 minutes plus 1
10
lap.
minutes plus 1 lap. There is Ian Anderson. He is profoundly deaf. He does not hear anything. 100% hearing loss. His lovely translator is here, working with him, and the Faroe Islands, even though he qualified for this event through a circuit in Denmark.
He does not get disturbed by the sound of
no, it's vibration only.
Behind him.
Yep, vibration only. Quite literally driving by the seat of his pants. If you would like to watch live timing, please go to the Saudi World Series. Type it in, Saudi World Series on Google, and then you can see the link to live timing. It is by apextiming.com.
There is some last checks going on the grid.
Yep. To give you an idea, each driver has to qualify for this event through their local track, their Saudi World Series track. Every rental track around the world that runs the Saudi karts, they run the Saudi World Series qualifying events, and you earn your place here. You're representing not only your nation but your own home circuit.
But you have to be ready to expect huge competition during that process.
Oh yes, absolutely. Someone's asking, is there a formation lap? Yes, we've just had it, Noah. Again, plenty more support. I've seen support for Jack Williamson. We'll see him coming up later, the English driver. Jean Del Valle is one of the favourites here, the local driver from KartCenter Campillos. So we now wait to be given the signal to start. Plenty of drivers. Marcel Liedl supporting the Slovakian drivers. No Slovakian drivers in Masters. Plenty more. Oh, and A little bit of a false start there. Now,
It's not a little bit of a false start.
Yeah,
it's just a huge false start.
Right, then we'll have to go around again, I'm absolutely sure. Now, the reason for that may be, let's have a look, they seem to be
Wow.
often
Those are
racing.
masters?
Those are
40 years and
masters.
older?
Yes, I'm not sure. Yes, yellow flags waving. We will go around again. I believe there may have been some confusion about the starting procedure. And the yellow flags are waving, so we will have a restart of this event. Good to see people supporting supporting Max Sovic, Petr Fabry, and please keep the comments nice and positive. I know that some of you will, if you see your favourite driver maybe being on the receiving end of some bad luck, you might want to criticise others, but on the live chat we want to make this as inclusive as possible. Red flags are out, Gert, but we want, wherever you're watching around the world, we want you to feel part of this broadcast. The one thing that you cannot feel from wherever you're watching is the heat here, because it is boiling in
Not
Spain.
yet. Not yet.
Oh, it's getting there.
Not over 30 degrees yet.
Not yet, not yet. Yesterday, to give you an example, during the heat of the day, Campillos in Spain was the same temperature as Bahrain, as Dubai, and it was only 1 degree cooler than Death Valley, California. It was hotter here than it was in Nassau, Bahamas, yesterday.
So we have red flag this session. It shows only one thing, that tension is high and the nerves are on the limit already for the first race of the day. The Masters are going one more lap and getting back to the starting grid.
Yes, now the gentleman that you see just straddling the barriers there in the grey jeans, that's Manuel Branco. He's our race director. The two gentlemen on the circuit there, staff members from Sodikart, and of course Sodikart, they've got over 30 staff members here. All these carts are brand new Sodikart chassis, all with brand new Honda GX390 engines. In the Kids Cup and the Junior Cup, same brand new chassis, a slightly different, smaller chassis. And now we will line up again. Here's the number 3 kart, Bryce and Gesson, getting it a little bit crossed up. But now everybody should be pretty much understanding how we go racing, what the start procedure is, Gertz.
It should be like almost always the red lights going on, and then when they are switched off, we go full throttle on in the race. But something went wrong.
Yes.
In first.
The best laid plans. Always. Now, there you'll get another instruction.
Probably someone was not in his starting position, and that was why the start was aborted, and others did not saw it and just went
and
full on into the race.
The rest of the field. Now, of course, you will get...
there is one empty starting
spot. Somebody is not there.
It's the 7th row.
So that would either be Marco Lauer or Ruslan's Zenis.
It should be Marco Lauer because he's on the inside.
Yeah, from Germany. And still there are some issues. Makoto Kubo is quite animated, the Japanese driver there on the 2nd row of the grid. Now, obviously, we don't know what the issue is.
It's Esteban Juan parking his go-kart.
On the outside of... Oh, now Makoto is trying to direct traffic here.
It seems like everyone has an opinion.
Yes, of course. Everyone's got an opinion. And we don't know what the delay is for.
But seeing the body language of Makoto Kubo, he's not
happy.
Ready to go yet.
Yeah, no, not happy about something. So, this is Manuel Branco. And this is Manuel Branco, the race director, I think saying that we will go at the drop of the green flag. Not because there is a lighting gantry. There we go. Now we're off and racing finally at the Sony World Series International Finals. Good, Tim Rotz, take them through turn number 1.
Thank you, Henry. It's Jan Andersen trying to hold the inside line. He is still leading uphill going into the second corner, but there is also Bruce Ngesan and Laurent Coendo. So Makoto Kubo trying getting the inside for Makoto Kubo. He is fighting for third, crash from the inside to Makoto's go-kart, and he is still third now.
Oh, they're four wide coming through turn number 7. Now they head up to the very top of the hill at turn 8. This is a steep downhill, flat out turn number 9.
And
They're
Makoto
still
Kubo
flat
is
out.
down the order. He is lost in third place on the uphill battle.
Yep, and now he's got to try and come back. So now we're coming down the short chute between turn 11 and 12. Hard on the brakes into turn 12. Now we head back up the hill through turns 13 and 14 with Ian Anderson still in the lead.
There are only a couple of places on the circuit where you have to brake, and there are
Yes.
lots of corners where you are going flat out.
And of course, slipstreaming is so important here. Anderson leading, and I believe that is Bryce Ngesan in second position. No, it's not. It's not the number 3 kart, the driver with the black crash helmet. Unfortunately, our timing screens here in the commentary box have decided not to wake up this morning. May have to reboot the link there. It's the number 6 kart. It is Laurent Coendo in second position.
So Laurent Coendo fighting with Jan Andersen. They have run away from all the pack behind them, and it's a duel now. Who will take the win in this qualifying session? We have already spent more than 2 minutes on the track, and we have 8 minutes plus 1 lap to go. Jan Andersen is still leading.
So on to lap number 2. Anderson leading Cuento. We are trying to get our timing screens working here in the commentary box.
You can write in the comments.
Yes,
are
yeah.
your timing screens working? Maybe
yeah,
it's a global issue.
Are your timing screens working down in where you're watching from? But you can see coming out of the corner there, Anderson with Cuendo in second. You can see on the opening lap how much the jostling and the battling has given these two drivers an advantage. And it is very difficult, like Gertz was saying, that it's slipstreaming is so important because you don't have to brake only 3 or 4 braking zones on the circuit. It's very difficult to catch and close a gap. So Anderson, that green, black and green race suit, that is the Def Sim Racing sponsorship. He runs a company for Def Simulator Racing to bring more deaf drivers into karting and motorsport. But this is perfect illustration as they head down towards turn 11 now of Cuendo just pushing him along. Here's the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th place battle. Makoto Kubo is now back up into P4, and I think that is Bryce Ngesan in kart number 3 into P3.
But in the second part of the track, it seems like Jan Andersen is pulling away a little bit from Laurent Coendo, but there at the middle part where we're going uphill, Coendo is again back right on the under back bumper of Jan Andersen. They are leading. Makoto Kubo now fighting for 3rd. Kubo goes through, and Makoto Kubo now is in P3 and in the front of this pack of drivers. There are still Jan Andersen and Laurent Coendo leading, but Kubo moves into the fresh air and into the 3rd place now. And can he catch the leaders? If he can, he will pull with him all those drivers behind him, and we will have the fight for the lead again.
Yes, and our timing screens have whirred into life. Thank you to Apex Timing. Frank Vignole in P8th position, 1 minute 24.293. New fastest lap. So you're looking 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So Vignole is at the end of... So Vignole is at the back of this group. Ian Anderson's transponder and Bryson Gesson, I believe their transponder has not picked up a lap. Now they're back to the front of the field. Bryson Gesson, I'm trying to see where the number 3 cart is, but he's certainly... There is Bryson Gesson, just going through our shot there. So he is in 6th position is Gesson. 29 drivers started this race. You were right, Gertz, that unfortunately Marco Lauer from Germany, the Kart and Fun Kart Zinglen entered driver, did not start this morning. And yes, live
you
timing
have any
is
idea why?
No, mate. I missed his alarm call. I did that yesterday.
If you know where he is, write in comments.
Yes, if you know where he is, write in comments where Mr. Lauer is. But Ian Anderson, he's only going to start this race from pole position. We had 3 different pole winners in yesterday's 3 qualifying sessions. Laurent Quendo is just being very smart and sitting behind, checking over his shoulder. Makoto Kubo is there in 3rd position. The gap, 1.4 seconds.
And Laurent Coendo, it seems like he's well aware of if he starts to fight with Ian Anderson, they will lose time, and the whole pack of drivers will be behind them and starting to fight for their positions. Now they are trying to run away. Since Makoto Kubo got in 3rd, they are coming back in. It's a 1.4 between 1st and 3rd place drivers now.
Yes, as we head down to the bottom end of the circuit. So this is turn 16. The drivers are now flat out all the way from that point to the top of the hill, going into turn number 5. Kubo, Juan Esteban, Oliver Laurent Con and Bryson Gesson are the 4 drivers chasing these 2 leaders. Geoffrey Galichet, Stefano Lelli, and then the number 2 cart of Jose Francisco Gonzalez Jimenez are next. The top 10 is currently rounded out by Julien Bezenghi from France.
And in the last lap, Kubo is faster than Anderson, faster than Coendo. He is reducing the gap between the leaders and him now, only 1.3 seconds. And at the beginning of this lap, the 1/10 for Kubo. And now he is 1/10 of a second losing to Coendo and Anderson during the long starting straight and uphill corners. They are pulling away a little bit, but Kubo is still quite a threat for those 2 leaders.
Yes, and Makoto Kubo has taken Juan Esteban from Spain with him. So the 2 carts in 3rd and 4th are broken away from the rest of the field. This Masters division open to drivers aged 40 and above. And we're going to have a 4-cart battle with 90 seconds plus 1 lap to go. Anderson and Quendo are being reeled in by Kubo and Esteban. Of course, this is Makoto Kubo's first time in Masters. He's only so he's one of the babies of the class.
And now they are going over the finish line for one time more. We have 1 minute and about 20 seconds left to the end of the race when they cross the finish line. It seems like the time will end just before they will end this lap. So
this could be the penultimate lap.
And we will have only 1 to go because they will be a few seconds short to 1 more lap.
Okay, we take you to the top 10. Gustavo Martins is 11th. Olivier Bruno is 12th. Then Eduardo Favila, Frank Vinoli, Ruslan's Dennis, Bartijan, Fore, Pires, Rocco, Taglet from Tunisia in 20th place. Saita, Rudnik, Makinen, Hue, Nibeka, Lanuse, Augusto, and from Lebanon, Haddad and Burgers. They are the 29 carts that started in that is their running order. Makoto Kubo has made a break for it. He's pulled away from Juan Esteban. Keep an eye on the timing screen, the clock at the top left hand of your screen. Will it strike 0 before they get back to the line? I believe it will.
It will. They are through last corner now. The time is over and we have only one lap to go. It's now or never for Laurent Coendo. It's still 0.7 seconds for Kubo. He is in third place and 0.7 behind the last lap of the race, and this is the chance for Laurent Coendo to fight for the win, for the first win of this day.
Now he has waited and waited and waited for 7 laps to make his potential move. This is lap number 8. He comes out of turn number 8, down the hill. Kubo closing in. Will Makoto Kubo make a last-ditch effort for the race win?
Is it worth for Laurent Coendo to risk and try to win this race, or just get home second?
Well, let's see. I mean, you show me a racing driver that doesn't want to win a race, and I'll show you a racing driver that isn't a racing driver.
But Ian Anderson is driving with all his passion, and he seems like pretty sure no one is able to overtake him. He's not defending the lines.
He's defending. Now look at Kubo.
And Kubo went in, just looking after Anderson, and Laurent Coendo almost lost, and now he has lost his second place. He did not make a move, but Kubo did.
Kubo gets to the inside of Coendo and then squeezes Coendo wide. Coendo not happy about it, but that's racing.
It seems like Coendo was just too safe.
Yes.
Just too safe and waiting for his opportunity, not making one.
Now let's give you, as we look at we'll bring the results screen up very shortly. Let's explain how the Saudi World Series champions are decided. Because yesterday...
This will be for long.
Yes, yesterday there were 3 qualifying sessions. Well, I'll tell you what, there is a look at the results. Ian Anderson, the Faroe Islands, have won the opening race. Japan's Makoto Kubo is second. Laurent Coendo, Juan Esteban, Geoffrey Galichet, then last year's champion, Laurent Con, Lely, Ngesan, Martins and Jimenez. As you look at the second result sheet, so this is the format. Yesterday, each driver competed in 3 qualifying sessions. They set the grid for today's 3 heat races. In each heat race, different grids. Tomorrow, tomorrow is the 12-hour endurance. On Saturday, we have a superheat and the final. Drivers, now in sprint, there were no points available in qualifying.
Not for sprint category,
no,
but there were points already for
in
kids,
the other
for juniors,
categories,
for
yes.
women and masters.
Yes. So, in kids, juniors, masters, and women, there were 2 championship points for each qualifying session for the pole sitter. Then there are points awarded for each of the 3 heats. There are, I think, 1.5 times the points available in the superheat, and I think it's double points in the final.
It's
at the end of all the racing.
And 50 for the superheats.
Yes, 30 for the heats, 50 for the superheats, and more for the final. We'll check that. At the end of the 5 races, the driver with the most points will be crowned Saudi World Series International Finals champion.
So that's not for sure it will be the winner of the final.
No, the driver that crosses the line first, as you're looking at, there's the move from Kubo on the last corner, just squeezing Coendo wide. It's not necessarily the driver that crosses the line first in the final. That was the previous format, and it turned into a little bit of a shoving match, I have to say. So it's now an amalgamation of all the points gained over the course of 2 days of racing and 1 day of qualifying. So every position counts in every race.
And no one can say, I am true, now I can drive safe. They have to be full commitment, sending it whole race from start to the finish and every lap on every corner.
Exactly. Now, yesterday, Gertz, we had 15 qualifying sessions. We had
And 14 winners.
14 different pole sitters. Only one driver qualified on pole position for more than one race. Only one driver out of all the sprint category drivers here qualified on pole position more than once.
Only one driver was
Yes.
fastest twice a day.
Yes, indeed. That driver was Debbie Wolfs from the Netherlands. She starts this next race from pole position.
And we are back for Saudi World Series International Finals. It's heat number 1 for a women category, and as Henry has already said, the Debbie Wolfs is the only one who took 2 victories yesterday and is starting from pole twice, and now it's one of those times.
Yes, and there's Debbie Wolfs going through the screen there. This is the fourth year that the Ladies' Cup has been a thing. Now, of course, you know, some of these ladies would have qualified for the Sprint Cup, the main Sprint Cup anyway. However, you wouldn't have had 30 ladies qualify. This, in my opinion, and for those of you who know me, I commentate on karting all over the world. And I'm a huge advocate for female participation and increasing female participation in the world of two-stroke racing. No, I don't believe that women should have their own category. However, this is an entry-level sport. All these women are, you know, there are some 16, 17-year-olds, but there are some women racing in their 20s, in their 30s. It's a leisure activity. They want to do it as competitively as possible. So, it's a fantastic opportunity to make sure that we increase participation at this level by having our own ladies race. Some of the faster ladies, Debbie Wolfs, for example, there she is. Her fastest lap times in qualifying would have put her in the top 10 of the Sprint Cup category. So, and as would some of the other leading qualifiers, Carla Fadey, for example, Sofia Tsimbal, Sarai Garcia, who are on the front row of the grid. But, you know, this is a way. 30 of the fastest ladies in rental kart racing about to start. Debbie Wolfs and Carla Fadey on row number 1. Sofia Tsimbal and Sarai Garcia on row number 2. Vanessa Lariu, Carol Bourgeois on row 3. Yulia Shipchak and Aliona Palchuk on row number 4. Then we have Ines Krauchkova, Margot Beal rounding out your top 10. Anastasia Tarashenko and Heidi Draganic on row number 6. Anna Vodechka and Nicole Protivova. I've seen plenty of support for Nicole on the live chat. Got plenty of support coming in for Natalia and Sarai Garcia coming in. Frederica Zetakova, Johanna Sulce Elizabeth Sulce is in row number 8. Joanna Moreira, Rosanna Mazziano, Florentin Maudrich, Marianne Bergalina, then Leah Tajnikar, Evelina Manchu, Natalia Gonzalez Ibanez, Julie Tilkin, Anya Barrett, the only British driver in the field. Then Celine Tabchuri, Melody Robin, Felicia Hines. Felicia, the only Australian lady in this field. Elisa Rocco, and rounding out the field, cart number 25, one of the first female drivers we've had qualify from Singapore, Seto Lee Jin. This category: France, the Netherlands, Germany, the Czech Republic, Switzerland, Latvia, Spain, Croatia, Slovenia, Belgium, Ukraine, Great Britain, Slovakia, Italy, Australia, Lebanon, Singapore, Poland, Portugal, and Moldova represented. Last year's winner, Louise Braun from Belgium, she will be competing in tomorrow's endurance race. The 2023 winner, Abby Sanders from the UK, not here. And if Abby is watching, a big hello to you. The 2022 winner, whose name escapes me this moment, is not here either. But of last year's top 10 finishers, 7 are here and racing. Wolf's on the inside, looking over her shoulder there, waiting for the green flag to drop. She was second 1 year ago. Green flag in the air. Green flag drops. We are off and racing. Wolf's leads the field into turn number 1. It's a good start from Sofia Simbal. She moves into second position. Carla Fadey drops back to third as they head through turns 3, around turn 4, up the hill, finally on the brakes at turn number 5. Now down through this tight little chicane section at turn 6. Now they begin to accelerate once again. A couple of drivers in the middle of the pack running a little bit wide. They're in the bright pink race suit. That is easy to spot. That is Anya Barrett. And one of our kid drivers from the UK, Jude Puddifoot, in the live chat saying that Anya's going to go from 25th to 1st. And, well, Duck, let's see if that comes to fruition. Although I have to say that Debbie Wolfs, who has now been overtaken, so Wolfs down to second, up into third place now, comes the number 20 cart of Simbal, back to where she started. But that means that we have, who is that in the lead of the race? Is that Sarai Garcia in the white crash helmet leading? Let's see when they come around. And I can catch up the numbers. Carla Fadey has also made an excellent start. So maybe the young French lady, as they cross the line, it is Carla Fadey from France. Those of you that know the song on a ragga tip, it's Fadey, Fadey, it's Carla Fadey, Fadey, Carla Fadey. That's her theme song. And she absolutely loves having her very own theme song. And Carla Fadey, well, this is the 4th time this class has run. Carla has been part of this class every single year. She has qualified 3rd in 2022, 3rd in 2023, 4th last year. She is the most consistent driver in the field, but she hasn't yet stepped to the podium. Gert Teamrots, you've been to present Ian Anderson with his winner's trophy.
Yeah, that was great. We have a first trophy of this day, but Ian Anderson told that there was a misunderstanding at the first start, then they got a restart, and actually Ian Anderson said he got not the best go-kart for this race, and he said he was slower, and just by the help of Laurent Coendo, he maintained his lead. They ran away from the pack, and so actually he was sorry for Laurent Coendo that Makoto Kubo got in front of him in the very last corner of this race. So they were working together, and that got the win for Ian Anderson.
And yes, well, I mean, of course, this is the thing. The go-karts are all brand new. They're all identical. The engines are all identical. But
there are always some signature from the driver. Maybe it's the fastest go-kart, but it doesn't fit you with some small nuances.
Exactly. Now, change for second place. Sarai Garcia with a blue race suit from Spain has moved into P2, number 12. Her supporters club, she has got these wonderful T-shirts, and on the back of them it just says, Sarai is faster than you. She should really have it on the back of her race suit, but I think she's got a sponsor name instead. But look at this, 2, 4, 6 drivers all in a line up at the front of the field. Fade, Garcia, Wolfs, then it's Simbal, Vanessa Lariu with the Ayrton Senna replica crash helmet, and at the back of this league group, number 17, Ines Krauchkova.
And now only Carla Fade is the only one who can disagree with those T-shirts of Sarai Garcia.
Exactly. You can
She's in front.
You can see Carla, pink gloves, white crash helmet. If she gets better, I mean, it's easy to spot, but I'm going to have to speak to Carla's dad, I think, and say, come on now, Dad. I think Carla's good enough to have spend a couple of euros and get her helmet painted. Why not? Wolf's in third.
No, I like white helmets.
Do you know what?
Great.
It's easy to spot. It's easy to spot.
You do not have to paint it. It's great as it is.
Save some money, Mr. Fade. Why not? Now, no panic from Debbie Wolfs. She's lost the lead, but she's not making any rash moves. She's sitting, slipstreaming, pushing away. A quick look down the order with just under 5 minutes to go. Tarashenko is 7th, Bourgeois 8th, Shipchak is 9th, Draganic is 10th, Beal 11th, then Protivova, Vodechka, Maudrich, Zetakova and Sulce.
And now Sarai Garcia trying to go a little bit inside. It's not an overtaking move yet, but it seems like she is ready to make a move and to go in front of Carla Fade. We still have 4 minutes plus 1 lap to go, and here are the leaders through the last corner back on the starting straight. It's Carla Fade, Sarai Garcia and Debbie Wolf, Sofia Tsimbal in P4.
I could see there, Simon Lemons, the Lemons family, of course, who hosted us last year at Genk, say, come on to Belgium. Julie Tilkin, the only Belgian lady in kart number 15, she's running 25th at the moment. Belgium will have a lot more to cheer about in some of the other classes, and obviously in the endurance tomorrow. We'll get into that, because this
maybe they will have to cheer about in second or third heat,
exactly,
because the results are unpredictable. Our second pole position winner, Julia Spicak, now is only in P9 in this race.
Now Debbie Wolfs makes the move. Sarai Garcia not happy there with Wolfs making a move, and of course Manuel Branco is a very, very experienced race director. He race directs all over the world on every continent. He's wise to drivers' tactics. Just because a driver is waving at him, that doesn't mean that he thinks anything's wrong. There are cameras stationed around the circuit. There is a panel of stewards here helping and assisting with on-track decisions. So, yes, the drivers may be a bit aggrieved with a few things. Now, on the timing screen, there are penalties that have been given out. Driver number 16, Yulia Shipchak, has been given a 3-second penalty for pushing past somebody, so that was contact. Also, driver number 3, Debbie Wolfs, has just been given a penalty. There it is, Debbie Wolfs. That move on Sarai Garcia has cost Debbie Wolfs 3 seconds. We've also had a penalty for driver number 6, Shipchak, and number 4, Florentine Maudrich. So Wolf's in second. That penalty would drop her. It would drop her to 6th position as things stand.
Can Debbie Wolves pull away so far to improve her position even with those 3 seconds penalty? It seems highly unlikely. She is now second, only 1/10 behind Carla Fade, but there are only 1 minute 40 seconds left to race.
I think Debbie Wolves has got to try and think to herself, okay, there's 5 karts in the lead group, and then Ines Krouchkova is... She's 2.2 seconds off the lead. If Wolves could push Fade away, that rhymes.
And
I'm a poet, and I didn't realise
push
it.
away, or just
Yes.
if there is someone more interested than Debbie Wolves to make something to happen there,
Yep.
to expand the distance between the drivers, she is there.
Yes, but I mean, Wolves is... I don't know if Debbie knows this yet, but she's certainly pushing Carla Fade away from the rest of the field. Her target is to try and finish 3 seconds in front of Ines Krouchkova in 6th position. That would mean that Debbie would finish 5th overall in this race.
3/10 short of this target.
Yep, she's 0.3 of a second short of that target at the moment, as we head into the final minute. So let's have a look. 30 seconds remaining.
And the time will end on this lap.
I think so. I think they're going to... the clock will strike 0 before they get back to the start-finish line. There's Vanessa Lariu in 5th position. Sarai Garcia is in 4th place. Sofia Tsimbal running in 3rd position. And we'll see if Krouchkova... Shipchak also has a penalty, so Tereshchenko will move up. Clock has struck 0. Gertz Team Rots, 1 lap to go.
The last lap of this race, Debbie Wolves still chasing Carla Fade. They are trying to pull away from Sofia Tsimbal. She is currently 3rd. Sarai Garcia in P4. And now with a 3 seconds penalty, Debbie Wolves will... She needs 100 of a second. She needs 100 of a second to be in front of Ines Krouchkova in P6.
Yes, indeed. And I think what's happened, the race director is coming down harsh. The first round of heats, yes, we might see quite a few penalties in this first round of heats. But then that should mean the second and third round of heats might be a little bit calmer, because drivers know they can't get away with it. Right, Carla Fade.
You have a wonderful wishful thinking.
Yeah, you can always dream, ladies and gentlemen. You can always dream.
Yes, actually, we can predict even harder fighting on the track than in the first heat, in the second and third. There will be different grids, there will be different drivers in the front and in the back, and we will see everything today, I think so.
Now, I'm not sure if we're broadcasting on Facebook, but obviously we cannot see the Facebook comments. So if you're watching this on Facebook and putting comments in, then we can't see them. You must go to the YouTube channel. You must go to the 3MK Events YouTube channel.
And now the time is over. The last lap is coming to an end. Carla Fade is leading. Debbie Wolves is 0.2 of a second behind. And there is 3.8 to Ines Krouchkova in P6. And that means Debbie Wolves maintains 5th place in this race.
Yes, indeed. Fade takes the checkered flag. What a result for Carla Fade. Wolves, like Gert says, will come home in 5th position. That means that Ukraine, with Sofia Tsimbal, takes the win. So France have their first win of the day with Carla Fade. Will this be the year for Fade? 3 top 5 finishes, 2 podiums. And will this be the year? Garcia will finish 3rd. Lariu 4th. Fade 5th. Wolves in 5th. Krouchkova. Now, Shipchak also had a penalty, so Anastasia Tereshchenko will come home in 7th. Carol Bourgeois will finish in 8th position. And then in 9th, let's have a look, Shipchak will come home 8, 9, 10, 11. Shipchak will come home in 10th position. Anna Vodecka will come home in 9th, with Shipchak falling to 10th. Biel, Zetakova, Tajnika, that is Elizabeth Schulte. Nicole Protivova, Florian Maudrich also had a penalty, so she'll move down the order. That will bring Lebanon's Celine Tabchouri into 16th position. Then Draganic, Barrett, Alyona Palchuk, Bourget, Ibanez Gonzalez, Marciano, Roban, Moreira, Tilkin, Lee Sin from Singapore, Manchu, Rocco, and rounding out the field from Australia, Felicia Hines. Well, I'm going to go and hand out the winner's trophy to Carla Fadey and Gert Timrots.
And we will count the seconds for Debbie Wolves, because there are 2 announcements for 3 seconds push to pass, but maybe it's
I
the
think
same.
that might have been a typo.
Just confirmed penalty.
Because she only made 1 pass.
Yeah, so maybe there was more pushes, but only 1 pass. So we hope there are only 3 seconds penalty, so Debbie Wolves should be in a P5 after this penalty is applied.
Well, while you take us through the highlights, Gert, I'll nip down and hand Carla Fadey her winner's trophy.
Everything went on behind her, but she maintained the lead from the first lap to the last lap. Carla Fadey is the first winner in the women category today in the first heat. We will continue with the Sprint Cup Group A. The heats in a very, very short moment. Now a short recap from the women's first heat. Now the short podium ceremony for the Carla Fadey taking the win in a first heat today. In a second heat there will be absolutely different starting grid. Each qualifying session defined starting grid for each heat of this day. So there was no one who could say, I am through, everything is done, I can go safe now. No, you have to be in a full commitment, drive with a full commitment from first lap till the last lap through all those days here in Saudi World Series. Now we are waiting for a Sprint Cup drivers to come on the grid, and in the first heat we will see our pole position winner in the first quali yesterday, Andrzej Leipnieks. He will start first. Together with him on a front row will be Kevin Trzebiatowski. Then on second row Christian Perez and Tobias Stückler. Third row for Anthony Chevasson and Konstantin Tjumentsev. Then a fourth row it's Karol Kwidzinski and Eduardo Rodriguez Bernal. Fifth row and top 10 for Anthony Brakal and Horion van Wees. There are Sprint Cup drivers ready to go and ready to race. And as Sprint Cup drivers are proceeding to pit lane and getting their go-karts for the first start of this day, we have approved women category results in heat number 1. So Carla Fadey takes the win. Sofia Tsimbal moves up to P2. So Sarai Garcia is third after the penalty is applied to Debbie Wolves. Vanessa Lario in P4, and Debbie Wolves is in 5th place in this race. Sprint Cup category with 105 drivers competing and fighting for the Saudi World Series champion in 2025. It's Andrejs Leipnieks now in his number 72, ready to race. Got his pole position in second and third qualies. He was not so lucky, but he will start the first quali from the front row on the grid and from the inside. Leipnieks first. Kevin Trzebiatowski is second, will stand right side by side. And then Perez and Stückler, Chevasson and Tumantsev, Kwidzinski and Bernal, Brakale and Van Wees. Then after the first top 10 in sixth row on the grid is Kirill Martelog and Laimonas Skrodenis, Harry Soninen and Grigory Melnikov starting 13th and 14th. Then 8th row on the grid for Tommaso Pozzetti and Anthony Malvesin. 9th row for Fabio Picado and Federico Concina. And P19 on the grid is Kyle Adita Kumaran and Luca Corsi. In 21st place Dmitro Demyanenko and Tingma Yan. In row number 12, it's Stepan Jankovic and Edward Dwight Jr. Then row number 13 for Artum Jerome Go and Joseph Goncalves. And then on row number 14, Alan Began. Ready to race. We are ready to go on a formation lap and getting their starting positions. Sprint category, group number 8. We had those 105 drivers split into 3 groups yesterday for qualifying. There were more than 30 go-karts on the track during those short 8-minute qualifying sessions. Now they are split into 4 groups according to yesterday's qualifying results. The absolutely best lap time holder get a pole position in a first in a group A in the first heat. Then the second best lap time holder will start from pole position in a group B. That will be Ahmed El Sisi. Then the third best lap time will be in group C. There is a Manuel Rodrigo, and the fourth best lap time in yesterday's first qualifying, it's Diego Perez Lara. He will start from pole position in group D a few races later. And side by side with Andrejs Leipnieks is Kevin Trzebiatowski. That means he was 5th fastest. He got 5th fastest lap time during yesterday's first qualifying. For the second and third heats, everything will be different according to second and third qualifying races yesterday. The formation lap for Group A in a Sprint Cup. Here we have a safety car in front of the row of drivers. The sun is going up. We have already 30 degrees here in Spain. It's a wonderful weather, especially if you are in the room with the air conditioner. Maybe it's not so wonderful if you're in a full racing overhauls, but as soon as you start driving around this wonderful, fast and flowing track, it gets better. So now the formation lap for the sprint category, for a sprint cup, for a most competitive category in Saudi World Series, with 105 drivers classified for the finals, and the first group is ready to go. End of the formation lap, going through the corner number 16, then 17, and here through the last corner out on the starting straight again. A small mishap at the first start of this day with the Masters category. Now everything went smooth with the women's class, and now we have a Sprint Cup first race ready to go. There is Andrejs Leipnieks, Kevin Trzebiatowski already in their starting positions, Christian Perez and Tobias Stückler on a second row. There is something with Eduardo Rodriguez Bernal. The steward is at his go-kart. Side by side with him is Karol Kwidzinski, then Tony Brakal and Orion Van Wees, and the sixth row for Kirill Martelog and Laimonas Skrodenis. The steward with the green flag. Waiting at the front of the grid, we have 25 Now 27 cars on the grid now for the Group A in a sprint cup. And the last moments, the last seconds before we start racing again, the drivers are looking back, seeing how many rows are already taken, how long are those rows on the starting straight. They are ready to race again. Hello, Henry.
Hello. I have to say that SodiKart, they do a great job. They gave out 15 trophies yesterday. There are 24 winners' medals today. Every race winner gets something, which is really, really good. Green flag waves, we're off and racing.
And Leipniks losing a little bit to Kevin Trzebiatowski, going to the first corner, and they're uphill. Leipniks is now in a second place. It seems like he went just a little bit, missed the starting moment, and now Kevin Trzebiatowski is leading the race.
And of course, this is Group A. So this was, the first, the qualifying, the way that it was worked out, the grids is quite complex, but it's very fair. Say that, number 9 running off the circuit,
it's
Christian Perez from Spain. Running wide, losing maybe a position, but up at the front, Andres Leipniks from Latvia, driving kart number 72.
And there goes inside Perez. No, Perez went out, so there is a Stuckler fighting with Leipniks. Leipniks hold on his second place. Now it's Stuckler trying to go inside and now losing one more place, but Trzebiatowski is pulling away already during the first lap, and Stuckler trying to make a move now already into the second place. Leipniks has lost lead, Leipniks has lost second place, and now is trying to hold third.
We get squeezed wide there over the curbs by Stuckler, Perez, and Leipniks down to fourth position. Now
Leipniks is third. He pushed out Bernal Rodriguez. Number 43 lost the place, and
yeah, we look like sadly Joseph Gonsalves from the United States has withdrawn from the event. Leipniks hanging on as best he can. There's the number 43 kart. That is Eduardo Bernal Rodriguez. He is there in fourth position, ahead of Stuckler in kart number 82. That's my old race number. So I was saying to Tobias, he's going to have some good luck, I hope, this week. And the Austrian driver took that to heart. Now, that's interesting. You can see a lot of the Spanish drivers, as we've got a change for the lead, they've got these new kart skin suits. It's like cycling lycra, but for karting.
It seems like Trzebiatowski is not fighting with Stuckler, but showing go, let's drive away from the pack.
Yeah, no, Trzebiatowski and Perez battling for the first and second position. Then in the blue and white race suit, who is that? Is that Leipniks? That's Leipniks in the blue and white. Yes.
But I wonder, Trzebiatowski seemed not unhappy with losing the lead. He just tried to run away from everyone else.
He's maybe thinking of the long game now. Fast, flat out, uphill, right-hander through turn number 2. Now turn number 3. They're still accelerating. They brake for the first time there on the lap.
There were 1.3 seconds between third and fourth on the starting line. There are 1.6 already. They are pulling away. Those 3 leading drivers are pulling away now, and if they can do that, they will decide who will be winner probably on the last lap of the race.
Yeah, there is the number 82 of Stuckler being chased by driver number 21. That's Konstantin Tumentsev. And Tumentsev has got Horion van Wijs behind him, Kirill Martelog, Anthony Shuvasson, Harry Suoninen, then the number 32 kart of Dmitrio Damianenko. Now, when I was down there, one of the is an Italian driver who I shall attempt to pronounce his surname. He was saying, it's Giustianazzi, I think. We'll come back to him a little bit later on. I don't know if he's not in this race. Dwight Edwards Jr. From the USA is down in 22nd position. The only Italian driver, well, there's two. Luca Corsi is down in 23rd, and Consina, and in fact we've got three Italians. Pozzetti also in this race. Kyle Kumaran, who finished second in the Rotax Grand Finals back in 2021 in the DD2 class. He's representing India, and he's down in 21st position, just in front of Singapore's Ting Ma Jian, or Jian Ting Ma.
But now, still three leading drivers fighting, not fighting each other, but fighting to get away from everyone else. The gap was 1.3 at the beginning of this lap, 1.6 in the middle of this lap. Now, the Rodriguez Bernal has closed a little bit, but just by 1/10 of a second. It's 1.5 between third and fourth. Leipniks, Trzebiatowski, and Perez are here on our screen, fighting for first, second, and third, and they almost have got a big enough distance behind them to start fight each other.
Yes, now Croatia, turn your ears away now. Sadly, your driver in this race, Stepan Jankovic, has been given a 3-second penalty. We'll try and keep up. Stepan is down in, where is Croatia? Well, he's already 26th and last. He's just going to be last by a bit more now.
And Alan Began got a warning or something alike, but still without a penalty. He's anyway driving and only 24th now.
And this is what I'd like to see. So obviously there are, in the Sprint Cup category alone, worldwide, 13,000 drivers competed in at least one qualifying race for this. Now, some of the drivers who were beaten to this event, because you have to qualify, you can't just buy a ticket, you have to earn your way into this event. Now, one of the drivers that has earned his way into this event is Arthur Jerome Go from the Philippines, and one of his rivals, Jean Augustin Scuderia, on the live chat, is supporting Archie, even though Archie beat him to a place here. That's real sportsmanship. And the Philippines, Axel Nocom, Ryan C., some good drivers in karting coming out of the Philippines. They're going crazy in Manila right now, even though Arthur Jerome Go is running 25th.
And anyway,
but that's not last. It's okay.
Everyone who is here has qualified, has won a lot of races to be here. They all are fast.
But none of them are quite as fast as our race leader, Christian Perez from Spain, Trzebiatowski and Leipniks.
And we are starting to see narrower lines from Perez already. We have 2 minutes and 1 lap to go. Still a lot to fight for. Now they are uphill there and starting first downhill in this lap. Leipniks has dropped a little bit away. Now there is a little bit more than 0.2 of a second between first and third place. But Trzebiatowski still chasing Perez.
And you can see
Leipniks is back again.
Yeah, you can see a slightly different line through turn number 11 there for Trzebiatowski as he now starts to try and persuade Perez to not defend, because the gap between Leipniks in third, this battle for 4th, 5th and 6th, the 21 of Tiumentsev, the 43 of Bernal Rodriguez and the 82 of Stuckler is 1.9 seconds. 90 seconds to go. That can shrink in a hurry if a driver begins to defend.
And now we are back on starting straight. 1 minute 21, 2 laps to go.
Yes, indeed. Perez being shoveled along now by our second place driver. Andres Leipniks is sitting there waiting. Now, what we have learnt is that it takes a while to pick up one position. So if Leipniks wants to try and go for the win, really he needs to make the move, if he can, on Trzebiatowski quickly.
Or just wait to Trzebiatowski to make not a successful move. That helps.
Yes.
A lot.
Wait till we get now. One thing that a couple of our eagle-eyed viewers on the 3MK YouTube channel have spotted is the brake lights on these karts. That helps
and
not only
Leibniz
the
is
driver.
going side by side on a short straight in the middle part of the track, and Leibniz is through. He got second, and it's cutting the corner, and Trebiatowski still stays behind. Leibniz up to second. We still have 1.5 lap to go.
Yes, indeed. So Leibniz now pointing forward, saying, okay, let's work together on passing Perez. You can see the brake lights coming on. So the Sony kart team, that will also help the race directors. If a driver comes out and says, hey, the person in front's brake tested me, well, they can tell whether you're fibbing or not. Here we go. Perez defends. Final lap begins, and Andres Leibniz is looking good. He's trying to make a way past Perez. They head up the hill. Perez, though, you know he will defend.
Trebiatowski still in third. Here Leibniz trying to fight already side by side on a starting straight. We are through the last lap of this race, and the top 3 drivers fighting each other is Perez in the front, Leibniz second, and Trebiatowski third. Perez starts to defend his lines, going narrower into the corners. Leibniz over the curbs, but Trebiatowski is still behind him. There are no gaps between them. Bumper to bumper, all 3 top drivers in this race. Now changes his line. Trebiatowski, Leibniz noticed that and tried to change his. He's still on the inside before this corner number 12. Leibniz holds in second place, but lets away Perez.
Yeah, I think that Leibniz tried to do the crossover and get the undercut coming out of turn number 11, and as Perez defended, Trebiatowski thought, I might try the outside line here. That didn't quite work. Perez defending for all he is worth through the final corner. Spain and Christian Perez look like they're going to take their first win of the day. Leibniz is trying, but it's not going to be enough.
They are almost side by side, only a few centimeters between them. Perez takes the win, Leibniz is second, and Trebiatowski third. And what a race from the first lap till the last lap. 8 laps of intense racing.
Yes, so the race results now a 10-second penalty for Fabio Picardo. That drops him to 26th position there at the end. Perez, Leibniz, Trebiatowski, the top 3. Then Eduardo Bernal Rodriguez in 4th. Konstantin Chumentsev in 5th. Anthony Chivasson 6th, Tobias Stuckler 7th, Kirill Martelog, Horian van Weiss, followed by the number 16 driver Federico Consina. Behind Consina it is the number 6 of Anthony Bracale, and rounding out your top 12 in number 86 kart, that is Karol Kwidzinski. As you can see, the rest of the finishing order, Fabio Picardo, his 10-second penalty drops him to 26th and last. Dwight Edwards Jr. for the USA, for the fans of the USA, the karting club Wallingford driver based out of Connecticut in New England, finishes 21st. From Kyle Kamara makes his way up into 16th place for India. Fabio Corsi also getting a 10-second penalty, and that moves the Philippines driver, number 70, Arthur Jerome Go, into 23rd place. Harry Suonen, the only driver from Finland, finishing in 17th position as we look back at some of the action. Christian Perez having to make moves early in the race. He eventually found his way into the lead and then defended resolutely. And again, plenty of support coming in for Latvia in that race. Dimitris Miniavjeds, Normans Saukens, and of course Gertz Teamrots, my co-commentator from Latvia, who he does the Formula One coverage for Latvian TV, TV3, and is also a daily newscaster. But at the end of this race, there was Perez defending, Trebiatovsky trying to come around the outside, and it wasn't enough, and Perez hanging on. But of course, this broadcast wouldn't be possible without our sponsors, partners and advertisers. Here's a little word from them before we get underway with our next race. So, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WFR Live TV's coverage of this year's Saudi World Series International Finals on the 3MK Events YouTube channel. This is now Group B for Sprint Cup. So the pole position driver number 57, Ahmed El Sisi, he qualified second overall from the first group, from the first qualifying session. So our pole sitter from heat number 1, That was Andres Leitrix. He was fastest overall. Ahmed El Sisi second fastest overall. Manuel Rodrigo was third fastest overall, and he will start from pole position in the next race. Diego Perez Lara was fourth fastest overall. He will start from pole position in the Group D, which is the fourth of the Sprint Cup heats that you're going to see in the next few minutes. El Sisi lives in Saudi Arabia, qualified for this event through the Fun Extreme circuit. I'm just checking that out. Number 57. Yes, it is. No, he didn't. Sorry. Mahara Karting. But he is Egyptian, represents Egypt, the only Egyptian driver in the Sprint Cup category. Now, the number 14 cart, that is Adam Ben Haj from Greece. Adam not out at the moment, so it looks like Adam Ben Haj may have missed the call to the grid, and so we are down one driver. That's a shame for Adam Ben Haj, who was due to start from 5th position. The pace cart is on circuit. Now, it's going to be Ahmed El Sisi leading. Remy Loth from France in second. Jackpot, Jack Williamson goes from P3. Then John Del Valle. Watch for Del Valle. He set the fastest, not in this session, but in the third qualifying session yesterday. He set the fastest lap time of the entire week. Then we have Adam Ben Haj should be 5th, but he won't be. Thomas Condominas will be all on his own on row 3. Christian Salvet from Estonia and Yves Normand will go from row number 4. Ilyas Miftakudinov and Fabian Kopp, the Junior Cup graduate. He will go from row number 5. Nico Teach, and then double junior SWS champion Nick Kosasina on the outside of row 6. Matisse Karnijak, Franisek Moriwak, Augustine Gamboa. I can hear the chants. Chi, chi, chilele. Going out for the Chilean driver already. He starts alongside Matthias Alfaro, Laurent Carrier, Grant Salhuan, Marcos, Marvin Comdur, then Andre Tromp from the Bushiri Kart Raceway down in Aruba. One of only 2 drivers here representing Aruba. The other driver in Masters is actually running under the Brazilian flag, but Drego Ras, to his friend, starts on the inside of row number 11 alongside Mikhail Letovanec, Clemens Pickler, Samuel Taranchek, Linus Rentmeister and Alif Putra. Round out your field. Alif Putra, another driver from Singapore. Well, people have been predicting a win this week for Jean Del Valle. What can he do from the outside of row number 2 in kart 40? What about Ilyas Miftakudinov? Strongly tipped as well. He goes from the inside of number 5. And Laurent Carrier, who was 16th in this event 2 years ago, he is starting a little bit further back on the 9th row, but should be strong. Lights, the green flag drops. Ahmed El Sisi takes the lead. I've known Ahmed for an awfully long time. He was he raced in the Kids Cup back in 2019 in Lignano. Then he was a 6th in junior in 2023 in Slovakia, the Slovakia ring. 49th in Sprint Cup last year, but the Egyptian driver holding on to the lead at the moment. There's the number 76 Jackpot, Jack Williamson, who has been in the top 5 of this event before. Out of turn number 11. And Jackpot on the outside there, losing a little bit of ground as we move up to look at the race leaders. Gert Teamrots rejoins me in the commentary box after handing out the winner's medal to Christian Perez from the last race. Well, we've already got a change for the lead in this one, and is that Remy Loth making a move? It is the number who is it? Yeah, it is the number 5 cart. New leader, Remy Loth from France.
So Remy Loth is leading. Christian Perez just got his prize. He said it was really, really intense and fast. Those are 8 laps on the track in the first heat.
And now Ahmed El Sisi has fallen back to 4th or 5th position. The number 40, Jean Del Valle, has moved his way into 2nd. I explaining earlier to the viewers back home that yesterday Del Valle set the fastest lap of the entire week so far. 1 minute 23.817, an incredible lap.
And there goes number 80 of Ilyas Miftakudinov. He is still in timings. Now he moves up to 4th, but he is already 4th and now fighting for the 3rd place. He moving up the ranks quite fast. Still leading is Remy Loth, but there is a lot going on behind him. Miftakudinov already in P3, and he got 2 positions in the less than 1 lap.
And Laurent Carrier gaining 6 places on the opening lap, up into P12 for the Frenchman. Nick Cosacina is up into 9th position, so the double junior champion is also looking strong, but for the first time, Jean Del Valle now takes over the race lead. 3rd position, Ilyas Miftakudinov, 2 of the fancied runners. What will Remy Loth do about it? And let's see. Can Jean Del Valle, as Miftakudinov passes Remy Loth for 2nd. Here comes the number 106 of Thomas Condaminas. Condaminas to the inside. Remy Loth on the outside. Side by side coming out at turn number 8 down the hill. Can Remy Loth hold on the outside?
He just was leading the race and now he's trying to hold the 3rd position. So fast, he's changing everything in this race. There is Del Valle and Miftakudinov now fighting for the lead, and behind them Remy Loth and Condaminas for the 3rd place.
And look how much ground that battling has lost, has dropped them. The 2 leaders, Del Valle.
How much they have lost, we can see behind them. They are a lot of troubles coming.
Yeah, and they're looking over, they're gesticulating to each other.
And
there's
Mr.
the move.
Kudinov moves inside and going up to 1st place. He started in a P10, moved up to P4 2 laps ago, and now he is leading the race.
Well, I've got to say, at the moment, we had Gustavo Souza, David Garcia, and Julian Barcanilla on the live chat saying that John was the GOAT, and Klim Kovshar saying, no, Ilyas is the GOAT. Well, 2 GOATs leading. What does a pair of goats stand for? But here's the chasing group. The more that the 2 goats battle, the faster this chasing pack will catch them back up. Loth, Condaminas, Williamson, El Sisi, and Cosacina all trying to close in, and also in that chasing group in 8th position, number 28, Franisek Morawiak from Poland.
But now it seems like Del Valle and Miftakudinov both are smart enough not to start fight now. They still have almost 5 minutes to go, and they are trying to run away and then decide who will be the winner.
Well,
now they are just running.
Yes, they need to try and work together. We've still got 4.5 minutes to go. Del Valle looking over his shoulder. That means he probably isn't going to attack Miftakudinov anytime soon, because he can see how close the chasing pack are.
There is just a little bit over 1 second between 2nd and 3rd place drivers. Can Del Valle start to fight now, or will he wait for the later stage of this race? Still 4 minutes to go. There is plenty of time for them.
Now, sadly, Putra and Ben Haj didn't start, so we got 24 drivers in this race. Laurent Carrier from the 9th row of the grid. He's up to P9. Cop is 10th. Carnejac 11th. Teach 12th. Normand 13th. Alfaro 14th. Marcos 15th. Then it's Condor, Tromp, Salvet, Gamboa, Pichler, Sulyahanin, Rentmeister, Letovancic, and Turacek.
And as Del Valle is waiting for gap behind him to increase to make a move on Miftah Kudinov, but is not awaking Thomas Condaminis. He is in front of Remy Loth, and they still have a little bit over half a second advantage over everyone else.
Yeah, and it's impressive. So the fastest lap of the race so far, Ilyas Miftah Kudinov, 1 minute 24.441 seconds. Laurent Carrier has done a best lap of 1 minute 25.0, but that's because he has been working his way through traffic. Now I think Carrier has got a gap. He's got 1 second of clean air in front of him. Let's see what Laurent Carrier can do as he tries to catch his next victim, which would be Fabian Kopp from Germany.
And here are the leaders. Still Ilyas Miftah Kudinov in front and John Del Valle fighting hard, but is it enough? 1.2 seconds. We have seen drivers fighting for the position and switching places even with the smaller gaps behind, but still Del Valle is waiting for his turn in this race.
At the moment, with 2 minutes to go, I would say the answer to your question, Gertz, is no.
You can wait for the last lap. You can wait, but
yep.
Then there is no surprise for the leading driver. He also knows that is the last lap, and now you will try to do something.
Yes, and I think that if they started battling now, then Condaminis, Loth, because Condaminis is on a very good lap. We're looking at Thomas Condaminis now. He's just at a purple first sector as he tries to break away. Well, he's bringing Remy Loth with him. Ahmed El Sisi and Jack Williamson in 5th and 6th, and Nick Cosacina in 7th. They're beginning to fall away a little bit.
And Del Valle still behind Miftah Kudinov. 1 minute 20 seconds to go. They are on the starting straight, and there will be no time to complete one more lap. And the last meters of this lap, the time will run out. So we have penultimate lap of this race. Less than 2 laps to go.
And you can see some of the dirt and stones. Somebody has been off at the side of the circuit. I would hazard a guess that it's the number 91 kart of Samuel Turancic, the Slovakian driver, who has been off because he's fallen to the back of the field and is several seconds off the back of the pack, but his lap times are not several seconds slower than everybody else. So a little bit of clean-up work to do for the very hard-working marshals here at KartCenter Campillos.
And as our pole sitter El Sisi is down in P5 now, we have still 2 pairs of drivers fighting for positions. Last 30 seconds in this race. Ilya Miftah Kudinov is still leading, and here comes John Del Valle. When will he do something about it? There they are, going through this short straight, and Del Valle goes inside. He's not waiting for the last lap. He's inside. He goes through, and he is up in front.
John Del Valle's army of supporters on the live chat will about to be pressing the goat emoji over and over again, but don't sleep on Ilyas Miftah Kudinov, because Kim Kovshar, one of a number of supporters for Ilyas. There's 2 goats in this race according to our live chat viewers, and Miftah Kudinov is going to make the local expert Jean Del Valle work very, very hard. And the second 2 karts, Condaminis and Loth, are coming as well.
And this is last lap of the race. Is looking back, John Del Valle. Ilyas Miftah Kudinov has started from 5th row on the grid. He has been in front of everyone already. He has overtaken Del Valle and everyone else during this race. Now he is fighting for the lead. It's last lap, looking back over his shoulder. John Del Valle, Miftah Kudinov goes in, breaks late. They are on outside line, and there goes through Thomas Condaminis in Remy Loth. Ilyas Miftah Kudinov now, side by side with Remy Lott, now fighting for second. Del Valle up on the curb, looking back, there is no one. There are only 4 of them fighting. It's Thomas Condaminis leading in the last corners of this race.
And it's going to be another win for France. Thomas Condaminas in kart 106 from Karting des Saints. He will steal one away, and the French go wild on the live chat. Well, you know what? Sometimes when you get 2 goats together, they butt heads. And that's what happened there. Mifta Kudinov going for the move, and him and Del Valle run wide, and it goes to being a French 1-2. Remy Lott in third, Del Valle second rather. Del Valle third, then Mifta Kudinov fourth, Williamson fifth. Morowiak is sixth, Kopp seventh, Ahmed El Sisi slips back to eighth, and then we have Nick Kosasina in ninth, Matthias Karnijak rounding out your top 10. Laurent Carrier is next. But, France now have 2 wins for the first 4 races, thanks to Thomas Condaminas, with a little help from John Del Valle.
Mostly with the thanks to Del Valle and Mifta Kudinov.
Yes, indeed. Well, that is 2 of the first half. So there are 4 races in Sprint Heat 1. Each driver will compete in one of those 4 races. That was Group B. Group C will be coming up a little bit later. Now, again, in Group C, if there's people on the live chat watching from Portugal, from Spain, Manuel Rodrigo, France again, Latvia, Italy, and also up at the front of the grid is Hungary. So let's have a look at the highlights of that race. So let's get some of those nations into the live chat, and as you watch the highlights.
And few highlights of this race. Now waiting the drivers to get back in the pits, and waiting for Thomas Condaminas to go on the stage for his first medal today. Who could predict those results in this race? Mifta Kudinov and Del Valle fighting the second part of the race, and then in the last lap Mifta Kudinov moved in but was too fast, braked out of the corner, and that let through Condaminas and Remy Lott. And then short run to the last corners of the lap, and Thomas Condaminas took the win. The last lap of the race, he started third and was first over the line, and with a huge distance to everyone else. Remy Lott starting second, finished second. Del Valle started fourth and finished third. And Elias Mifta Kudinov, anyway, with a great progress during this race, starting from a 5th row on the grid, from a P9 to P4. It's a lot of places gained, and he was leading the race for a lot of laps. But now we're waiting for Group C to go on the track. That means from pole position will start Manuel Rodrigo, who was third fastest overall in yesterday's first qualifying sessions. And we are back here at Campillos KartCenter in Spain for Saudi World Series International Finals 2025. It's number 7 of Manuel Rodrigo, who got pole position in a group number C. That means he had a third best lap time overall in a first qualifying session yesterday. There behind him with number 59 is Dav Zalmans. Dav Zalmans is third on the grid for a Group C. Side by side with him is Benedek Kovac in P4 and Kevin Herto starting P2. In a third row will be Torboli Francesco and Kevin Tuvena. Then fourth row on the grid for Franco Kekes and Christopher Zaune. In a fifth row, starting in P9, it's Sam May and P10 for Octavian Lungu. On the sixth row on the grid, Joao Pedro Pereira and Pedro Goncalves. Then Nathan Saloon and Antoine Bernard in row number 7. Eighth row on the grid for Francois Richard and Teruki Nobe. Ninth row, Daniel Skokan and Marko Rosic. And P19 on the grid for Stilian Ralchev and Bimo Adji. 21st, Maxim Leduc and Travis Otters. Then in a 12th row, Martin Gerard and Sam Hines. Then Dmitry Kukshenko and Humad Al-Kedbi. It's group number C in a sprint cup. Through the formation lap and on their way to the grid. Group C in a sprint cup. We will see Group D after those on the track. Then there will come kids and junior categories. And then we will be ready for a second heat of this day, starting again with the Masters. And now our safety car dives back into the pits and the drivers are coming to their starting positions. It's Manuel Rodrigo from pole position. It's Kevin Herto already on P2 on the grid. There is a second row, Dav Zalmans and Benedek Kovac. Zalmans on the inside, on the left side on our screens and right side on the track. Number 24 of Benedek Kovac, number 88 Francesco Torboli, number 38 Kevin Tuvena, then number 26 for Franco Kekes, and number 95 it's Christopher Zaune in P8 on the grid. So all 26 drivers in this heat. It seems like even the last 13th row are parked in their spots on the grid, and we are ready to race again. The green flag is up, the green flag goes down, and we are racing again here at Campillos. Manuel Rodrigo and Kevin Herto fighting for the lead, going to the first corner. It seemed like the starting moment was a little bit better for Kevin Herto, but Manuel Rodrigo holds his inside line into the first corner and is leading the race. We are off the track during the second corner, up the hill. Going one side out of the track, pushing the other driver outside. On the other side, it's Pedro Goncalves coming back in, but now on the last place in this race. So very, very unfortunate start for this race for Pedro Goncalves, but this is only the first lap. There is still fight going on, go to inside. Francesco Torboli, he started 5th and now is fighting side by side for his position. It's Manuel Rodrigo leading. Kevin Herto maintained his second place. Dav Zalmans is 3rd and Kovac 4th, and we are going through the first lap of this race. It's number 7 of Manuel Rodrigo. They, with Kevin Herto, are trying to pull away. There was a lot going on during the first 3-4 corners after the start. Now we have one long queue of the drivers, and Manuel Rodrigo is leading. We're approaching the end of the lap number 1. Here is the starting straight again. Manuel Rodrigo in front, Kevin Herto second. Then they are followed by Dav Zalmans in third place, but it's Franco Kekes who has moved up to P4, starting P7. Kovac is down in P5, 6th is Pereira, Torboli is 7th, Sam May in P8, in front of Kevin Tuvena and Bernard, completing the top 10. We have within 1 second all top 4 drivers in the second lap of this race. We have 1.5 seconds between top 6 drivers. There is a lot going on in the fights for the places in the beginning of the second tenth of the list. Still Rodrigo leading, but with a very, very small margin over Kevin Herto. Dav Zalmans in third, trying to join the leaders, to join this fight and find his way through. Here we are watching Nathan Salaun with the number 4. Nathan Salaun currently running in P12. It's Christopher Staune, got a few places. And now end of the next lap. It's Kovac in front of Dav Zalmans. Zalmans losing third place and still holding fourth. It's Kekes down in a P5 and Torboli now running sixth. Manuel Rodrigo with number 7 still in front. Here number 42, it's Sam May. In a 6th position now, but chased by a lot of drivers. It's number 7 of Manuel Rodrigo, still leading the front pack of the drivers. We there have Manuel Rodrigo, Kevin Herto, also Benedek Kovac and Dav Zalmans. And going inside, trying to go through. Rodrigo Manuel is pushed outside of the corner number 12. It's a great place to fight, great place to get the positions, and also a place where to lose the positions. Dav Zalmans moving up to third now. And still fight for the lead. Coming back is Manuel Rodrigo. In the next corner, he is inside. Now they are trying to negotiate with Herto. Who will be leading, Rodriguez or Herto? Some sign language going on there on the track. 5.5 minutes left to go. Again, it's Manuel Rodrigo in front of everyone. Kevin Herto following him. They discussed something on the long straight in this track. Here is Herto going inside again. Manuel Rodrigo and followed by Benedek Kovac. He's also ready to fight for top 3 positions. And now Dav Zalmans is down in a P5. 5 minutes left. We are halfway through this race. Now they're in front. Kevin Herto trying to defend his position. Manuel Rodrigo lost the lead, but still is second and trying to go inside. He is inside, side by side, running wide at the exit of the corner. Side by side, they are approaching the 13th corner on this track and going uphill again. And number 101, Kevin Herto, has lost the lead, has lost the second place, and now is running third in front of Franco Kekes and Dav Zalmans. If we had 3 best drivers fighting in a previous race, we have got 2 leaders fighting there. Here are 5 leaders, the big group of drivers fighting for first, second, third, fourth and fifth places and swapping the places almost in every lap. It's Manuel Rodrigo again back in front. It's Kevin Hertol now down to P3. David Zalmans up to P4 in front of Franco Kekes. They are somehow managing not to lose too much time during those fights. And the next group of drivers, starting with Kevin Tuona and Franco Kekes, are still a small gap behind. It's number 26 of Franco Kekes, who now has changed the groups. He's not in a first but in a second, leading the second group of drivers, and Zalmans has got away. Zalmans is chasing Hertol, then Kovac is second and Manuel Rodrigo still leading the race. 3 minutes plus 1 lap to go. Already defending his line, going the right side on the track through this short straight and then downhill. It's Manuel Rodrigo. There is not 3, not 4, not 5. There are already almost 10 drivers behind him. All the pack from first till 8th placed drivers are separated only by 1.2 seconds. And now, so defending into the first corner is Manuel Rodrigo. He's got overtaking almost by both sides. It's Hertol and Kovac fighting behind Manuel Rodrigo, losing the lead, and he is in the pack and in the trouble. He's out of top 3, he's out of top 5. One unsuccessful move, and Rodrigo Manuel is down more than 5 places in just one fight. It's Davis Zalmans now leading the race with 2 minutes and 1 lap to go. It's Kevin Tuona now second behind him, and it's number 26 of Kekes. Also gained a few positions during this unsuccessful fight, which was so unsuccessful for Manuel Rodrigo. He was too defensive, going all starting straight on the right side of the track with a very narrow line into the first corner, and there uphill he got too little speed to maintain his lead and got overtaken by both sides, and then he fell into the clutches of this company behind him, who were off the track and lost 2 positions just in a penultimate corner. It seems it's Benedek Kovac who ran wide and now has lost positions. It's Davis Zalmans leading in last minute of this race, and during this lap it seems like clock will hit 0 and we will have 1 lap to go. Davis Zalmans leading. It's Kevin Tuona now in second place behind him, then Pereira, then Sam May up to P4, and Sam May probably one of the drivers who got the most from Manuel's Rodrigo mistake a couple of laps ago, and now May is up to P4. Zalman still leading. Tuona is right behind him. They are fighting for the lead. Last 30 seconds of this race. It seems like time will be over before they cross the finish line in this lap, and a little bit more than 1 lap left till the end of this race. David Zalmans in front. Kevin Tuona chasing him in a second. It's Pereira in third. It's May up to P4. Kovac is fifth. Rodrigo sixth. Kekes in seventh. And Torpoli in eighth. Here are the leaders. Last second of this race. Last seconds are gone. We are going into the last lap of this race with Zalmans in front and Tuona in second. It's now or never for Kevin Tuona. Can Zalmans maintain the lead in this race? This is final lap of this race, and Dav Zalmans starting third now is leading. We had a leader for the most of the race by Manuel Rodrigo. Now he is down to P8. So quickly can change everything in this race. We had 3 leading drivers still fighting for the win in this race, and Davis Zalmans half a lap to go. It's Kevin Tuvena. Bumper to bumper, they are going downhill for the last time during this race. There is a short straight where we have seen a lot of overtaking moves, and somehow Zalman's got a huge speed out of the 11th corner and in the most available spot on this track where you can make a move. Stuvena was too far behind. How did Dav Zalman that? How he ran away in this one corner? It seems like enough, but it's not. And 3 corners to go. Goes inside Kevin Tuvena in a penultimate corner. It's inside for Dav Zalman. Side by side they are going through. One more corner to go in the last meters till the finish line. It's Dav Zalman. It's Kevin Tuvena and Pereira fighting for the first, second and third, and David Zalman takes the win.
Wow, what a race. Gert Teamrots gets to go and hand out the winner's medal to his countryman, Davis Zalmans, Kevin Tuvenan from France, João Pedro Pereira from Portugal, Benedek Kovacs, Franco Queques, Manuel Rodriguez, and Sam May, your top 7, with Antoine Bernard from Canada. A fantastic 8th position as Latvia now have their first win of the day. That's 4 nations from the first 5 races have won a race here in the opening morning of heat racing here at the Sony World Series International Finals, and plenty of comments coming in. Jordan Weinstein cheering on South Africa's. There was one of the moments earlier on in the race. Now, there were a couple of penalties given out. Kevin Hertodt was given a 5-second penalty. So was the number 71 of Marko Rosic. Then the number 46 of Pedro Gonçalves also receiving it. Oh, how close did Teruki Nobe come to the barriers there? Yeah, there was an awful lot of pushing and shoving going on. There is the number 101. That's Kevin Hertodt. He got a penalty for that move. Also getting a 15-second penalty for jumping the start. So that drops him to 24th. Rosic also having a penalty to 23rd. Well, the South African contingent, who were cheering on Travis Authors in that race, they won't be too impressed. Well, 21st for Travis. And there's the number 7 of Manuel Rodrigo battling away. Hertodt in the thick of the action. The white race suit not gaining any friends. Well, you're not here to make friends, I suppose, but he is going to be finishing in last place. The last lap, Tovanen running Zalman's wide. Zalman's holding his line on the inside and takes the checkered flag and the win. So now we'll take another short break. We'll be back with Heat 1 Group D in the sprint category. There is a look at the pole sitter for this next race, and it is Diego Perez Lara from Spain. Victor Vota, who has finished as the runner-up in this event the last 2 years, starts, well, in P2 again. Konstantinos Nousopoulos from Greece will start from P3 on the grid. Alan Segal from France will go from P4. Hirofumi Yamaguchi and the Boom, Andre Boom, to give him his correct pronunciation, will start on the outside of row number 3. Alexis Yanin and Levente Sabo go from row number 4. Amail Pereira and Alfonso Zambujo go from row 5. Alexis Mellis, Albert Boss, Quentin Yanin, Malik Firas on the outside of row 7. Malik Firas, the only driver here representing Jordan. Then we have Simon Dolsicki, Yakov Madiratsa, Noda Kovzitse, then Kamo Kerb, Aurelian Ferry, Fawaz Youssef representing Kuwait, the only Kuwaiti driver here this year. Bastian Uloa from Chile, Hiromatsu Waga, Orpheus Tsompanidis, Un Kai Shen, and sadly Khalid Al-Amari and Mohamed Al-Zajali have withdrawn from the event. And now, let's see, plenty of support for South Africa coming in on the live chat. Sadly, South Africa not represented in this particular heat. But Theon Al-Shamari, well, the UAE drivers didn't turn up, sadly, but from Jordan and Kuwait they did. So the Middle East is well represented here in this race. The only Jordanian driver and the only Kuwaiti driver in the entry as the field come to the line for the next 10 minutes plus 1 lap race. It is Perez Lara in kart 105. Vota in kart 44, then Nousopoulos in kart 23. You can see the Greek blue and white race suit on the inside of row number 2. Gertz Team Rotz, how was David Salmans feeling after his win?
He was absolutely delighted with his win, and actually as we saw him getting an advantage exiting the corner number 11, he knew at that point it's done. It's almost done. It was just great racing for whole 8 laps of the race, and not only 2 drivers, not only 3 drivers, 5 and more fighting for the win.
Well, Spain, Poland, Greece, France, Japan, Germany, the top 6 positions on the grid. The green flag drops. It's a great start from Diego Perez Lara in that white-shouldered race suit. Victor Vota slots into a position that he is all too familiar with in this event, P2.
Too familiar with.
Yes.
That's correct, yes.
A little bit of jostling back in the pack. Oh, and sideways. That's going to give the 2 leaders an advantage. In fact, it's going to give the leader an advantage, pushing and shoving 4 wide back in the pack. All 4 carts into 1. Isn't going to go. Somebody on the outside. We're 5 wide into turn number 8.
And it's Victor Vota somehow managed to defend his position against 3 drivers who were coming side by side right behind him and trying to overtake. Now the fight continues, and Diego Perez Lara can be quite happy with such a great start. He just ran away from all those troubles behind.
Yep, Circuito Hennicart is the track that Diego Perez Lara qualified for this event from, and they're watching back at the track the Circuito Hennicart. Ricky Weinstein goes in the next race. Jaden, the South African driver, he's not in this one, but we have got a huge lead now for Diego Perez Lara. I think it will be tough for Vota, for Nusapoulis, and for Segal to, it's Pereira in the number 2 kart in 3rd position. These 3 drivers now, they really have to work together to close in. Everybody else falling back. Sabo, Boss, Sompanidis, Melis, Alexis Yanin, and up quite a few positions from Georgia. It's Kovzurtse.
And now those 1.4 seconds are clear indication of how hard fight was going on during the first lap, and Perez is running away. 1.4 at the beginning of this lap. He is still running away during the first sector of this lap. There are still 0.3 of a second more, and Victor Vota, it seems like now he is busy to defend his second place and not thinking about chasing Diego Perez Lara.
And Alan Segal has dropped right back. He started 4th, he's down in 11th, and who's that running wide?
And Vota lost second, Vota lost 3rd, and now it's Amael Pereira up to P2, starting on P9 on the grid.
So again, he was obviously the beneficiary of that jostling on the opening lap.
You are trying to say he was just lucky?
Well, let's have a little look. And he's not one of the first 2 drivers in this race to receive a penalty. Andre Boom, here comes the Boom, has been given a 3-second penalty. So has Hirofumi Yamaguchi. And that drops them down the order. Boom, 18th. Yamaguchi, 15th at the moment.
And still Diego Perez Lara leading, increasing his gap. Every fight behind him increases the distance between him and second place driver. Diego Perez Lara seems like out of contention now. He is leading by 1.7 seconds and increasing. There he goes. And then it's Amael Pereira in second place. It's number 23 of Konstantinos Nosopoulos. Is number 3rd, and Victor Vota now is only P4.
Now, of course, let's get one thing cleared up. Diego Perez Lara is not driving the same kart that Davis Zalmans drove in the previous race. He's not driving the same kart that Thomas Cardaminas drove. The karts are swapped over in terms of the first kart that comes into the pit lane at the end of one race is not the same kart that the next pole sitter gets
randomly
in.
allocated.
Yeah, there are more than 30 karts in each row back in the pit lane. So several karts that aren't even used in the previous race then transfer to the front of the field. So it's not a case of the drivers who qualified the front get the same karts all the time.
So the cards have been changed for every race. Just the race number stays with the driver during whole event. The number of the driver, he takes the number plate with him and the transponder with him, and then goes to the next go-kart. The go-karts are allocated absolutely randomly.
Exactly. And, the Perez Lara, and you can see that Levente Sabo has done the best lap of the race so far. Driver number 55, the Slovakian driver who finished 6th here a year ago. Not here, but 6th in this event 1 year ago. He is only 3.5 seconds off the lead, and there is a look. Where is the number 67? Following the 67 karts through. That is our Georgian driver, and up the battle for second place is on. Change for P2. That's Nusapoulis in the blue and white, passing Pereira for second.
And still Diego Perez Lara leading, as you said. This is not the same go-kart has won previous race or race before. And you can see actually Diego Perez Lara is not clocking so fast. He is going 124.6, 124.8. His lap times are not faster than anyone else. Nope. There was Levente Sabo setting the best lap time in a previous lap. It's Boss now setting the 24.4. A lot of drivers are faster. That that we see how much all of them have lost during those fights in the first lap, and Diego Perez Lara is just cruising at the front.
And you've got Boss in the number 25 cart, Sabo in the number 55. They're closing in on the battle you're looking at on your screen now. This is second, third and fourth. There is Boss and Sabo just flashing through your screen. 3.5 minutes to go. I think they've still got time to catch this group. Perez Lara, though, is away and at a different set of races than everybody else.
Nosopoulos in the second place, chased by Vota, and goes down Amael Pereira. Now he is running fourth, and those three drivers fighting for positions on the track, and still dropping back from Diego Perez Lara, 2.1 seconds. Perez Lara increasing his speed and going 24.5. It's before it was 24.8. Anyway, he's not the fastest on the track, but he is in front and far away.
Yes, indeed. Out of turn number 6 and up the hill to the highest point of the circuit. That is the top of the hill at turn number 8. And it's now a flat-out descent. You can see the drivers just sort of some of them tucking down behind the NASA panel just to create a little bit more aerodynamics, as it looks like Boss in that white, red and black race suit, and then Sabo in the purple and white suit. They have caught the battle for second, as Victor Wota now tries to come back at Nosopoulos, and Victor Wota moves back into P2 for Poland.
And Victor Vota up to P2, Nosopoulos now third, and they are joined. Amael Pereira is there, and they are coming Boss and Szabo. We have 5 drivers fighting for a P2, P3, 4, and 5, and 6 on the racetrack. Now we have 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Over the finish line goes Diego Perez Lara. He was quite on the line when we got 1 minute 20 seconds, but anyway, it seems like this length of a track is getting us to the end of the 10 minutes
in 8 laps. It's an 8-lap race, pretty much. The number 2 car, Pereira, loses a place to Boss. He's going to be careful he doesn't lose a place to Sabo. Sabo is displaying a little bit of displeasure that Pereira sort of squeezed him wide, but Pereira was on the inside. And let's look behind this. It's Sompanidis from Greece in 7th, Alexis Yanin, and then Alexis Melis in 8th and 9th. Then it's Nodar Kovdurtsi in 10th, followed by Andre Bohm, Waga, Seagal, Quentin Yanin, Yamaguchi, Ferry, Zambuyo, then Uloa from Chile, Firas from Jordan, Madiratsa from Croatia, Kerr from Estonia, Dolzicki right down the order, Youssef from Kuwait, and Kiai Shen from Malaysia.
Their Boss leaves the door open on the inside of the corner, but still manages to hold his position. He is now in P4. Here is the fight for a second, and we are on to the final lap of this race. Victor Vota, followed by Konstantinos Nosopoulos. The Greek driver is right behind. They have 1 lap to go, and behind them there is Boss moving up to P4 in front of Pereira and Szabo. Can Szabo do something in the last lap of this race? But here is number 44 of Victor Vota. He was second last year in Saudi World Series Finals, and he wants only one thing this week.
Yes, but he knows that he can win the Saudi World Series Finals without actually winning a race.
Inside Nosopoulos, side by side in the next corner. Vota swaps positions, and here is inside for Nosopoulos, but Vota is in front. Only one thing they cannot afford to do: go too wide in this corner, too deep.
They don't want to do a Del Valle and Mifta Kudinov. But it looks like it's going to be Diego Perez Lara. Now, what can Konstantinos Nosopoulos do? He's on the run down. There's the turn 15 kink. One more braking zone, one more opportunity. Nosopoulos will try the crossover, but this man, Diego Perez Lara, will dominate and win Group D as we bring to an end the first round of heats for the Sprint Cup. It's a dead heat across the line for second. Vota gets it by 100th.
100 of a second. Victor Vota takes second place. It's Konstantinos Nosopoulos who is third. Then Boss is third, followed by Zabo and Pereira in P6. But Diego Perez Lara has no idea how interesting race we just had.
Yeah, and well, you viewers at home are lucky that the race was interesting for second, because if it wasn't, that would have been a bit of a boring one. Luckily, everyone kept it exciting. Wouter Nusopoulos separated by 1/10 of a second. Albert Boss from the Netherlands and Slovakia's Levente Sabo both passed Amael Pereira in the closing stages. Then the two Alexis Melis and Alexis Yanin, 7th and 8th. A great result for the only Georgian driver in the event, Noda Kovsutse. Then it is another Greek driver, Orefas Tsompadidis. Andre Bohm with his penalty. The number 31 of Kamo Curb also getting a penalty. Waga from Japan finishes down in 12th. Then Seagal, Ferry, Firas. Yamaguchi had a penalty that dropped it to 16th. Curb had a penalty that dropped to 17th, and it was Aloha, Madiratsa, Zambuyo, Quentin Yanin, Dolzicki, Kaishen, and Youssef. Looking at some of this racing here in the early stages, and I said the stewards and the race directors are quite busy. That's 4 wide, Gertz, going into turn 17.
Even 5 wide.
That's the most. So we've had 5 wide at one point. That was going into turn 8.
And not only 5 wide, but in 2 or 3 rows.
Yes. Good move there for Vota. Now, this is on the last lap.
Smart move from Nosopoulos.
Yes.
He was on the inside. He could maintain his line on the inside, but they could go too deep into the corner and lose everything.
Yes. So there we go. I'm going to go down and give the second driver from Spain to win a heat race today their trophy. And I will be back very shortly.
So we will continue with the kids and the juniors. We are approaching the end of the first heats, and then without a break we will start second for masters and women categories, and then in between the second heat races there will be a break. So now kids, then juniors, and then masters and women will start already their second heats of this day. And we are back at Saudi World Series International Finals. Diego Perez Lara just took the win in a Group D, starting from pole position. He ran away from everyone else, and with a huge gap with 3.4 seconds was in front of everyone. So the win for Diego Perez Lara, getting 30 points in this first heat. We'll have the all points combined to determine the Saudi World Series winner here. So it's not enough to win the final. You have to be good through the qualies, through the heats, through the super heat and the final. And now the kids category is ready to go on the track. Then we will see juniors. The junior category drivers are split in two groups by their weight. That's not important, the age or anything else, just their weight. The lightest 30 lightest going into the kids category and 30 heaviest going into the junior category. But anyway, their weight is leveled by adding ballast to the go-karts. Now the kids are ready to go. We are ready to give the prize for Diego Perez Lara for winning his heat, and then we will go on with the two more races in a first heat here in Saudi World Series. Then without a break we will continue with Masters and Women, and then will be break within the second heat. And the pit lane is open. Kids are ready to go and taking their seats in go-karts. It's Enzo Biseglia starting from pole position in first heat today. Sam Nygren is in P2 in the front row on the grid. Denis Mares starting third. Jokubas Kaminskas from Lithuania starting P4. Third row for Tamim Firas and Juraj Mikoš. Fourth row on the grid for Kotaro Nasanuma and Jude Padfoot. Then starting ninth is Matis Aita Ragoe Cheng and Javier Brosu, and P11 on the grid for Luka Bogosavljevic, and 12 is Franjo Toncic. Then on the 7th row it's Ricky Weinstein and Marcel Krishans. Then row number 8 for Paul Ledma and Angeliki Nosopoulou. Then row number 9 Theo Jon Noland and Kazuki Yamada. 10th row on the grid Drevetsky Alexander and Ryusei Takagi. 21st on the grid Evan Dhanasavara. 22nd Livio Innocenti. Then 12th row for Esteban Freihuber and Max Piatek. Then 13th row for Daniel Jakob and Enzo Felix. Then Rodrigo Kakers, Mark Berses and Nolan Hebet. Number 6 for Enzo Biseglia, starting on pole position. Number 3 for Sam Nygren. Number 20 for Denis Mares. And number 18, Jokubas Kaminskas. Now waiting for a pit lane to open and go for the formation lap. The kids category ready to race. Number 3, it's Sam Nygren. We see Jokubas Kaminskas with number 18, number 17 it's Tamim Firas, and behind him is Kotaro Asanuma with number 29. Number 4 it's Matis Aita Ragoe Cheng, and behind him is number 23 it's Luka Bogosavljevic. We see 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th and 9th grid positions here in the right side of the pit lane. And now we are going on the formation lap.
Yeah, just speaking, well, Diego Perez Lara, knowing Spanish football fans here that are very, very sad. So we apologise. Obviously, we're very sorry to Diego's family here in Spain, and to the Spanish football fans watching here the broadcast in Spain and around the world. The Liverpool player, just 28 years old. Very sad. Well, not the youngest, but the lightest 30 drivers under the age of 16, led by Enzo Bisceglia from Belgium, Sam Nygren from Sweden. Then we have from Jordan. So the two Firas brothers from Jordan, both here racing. Then we have Juraj Mikoš, third in this event last year. He starts the number 25 kart from 7th on the 6th of the grid. Kotaro Asanuma from Japan, and then the Duck, Jude Puddifoot from the UK is next. We look down, we've got drivers from France, Canada, Austria, Croatia, South Africa, Ricky Weinstein. I know there's a lot of South Africans watching, ready for Ricky to get the jump here now. From Spain, Estonia, Greece, Agaliki Nusapoulou, the young lady from Greece. She'll be starting the third race from pole position, the first female driver in the Kids Cup class to start from pole position. Theo Noland, Yamada, Poland, Japan, the USA. Great Enzo Felix from the USA, from Connecticut. His first time racing anywhere outside the USA. He goes in this race as well.
And you see how competitive those kids are here. Ageliki Nosopoulou starting P16 in this race, got a pole position, and we will see her on the pole position and the next heat. So it's quite unpredictable, and they have very, very similar pace, and we will see how that will pan out in this race. More 10 minutes plus 1 lap for kids category, and we are almost ready to go. It's Enzo Bisceglia there at the front with number 6, number 3 for Sam Nygren starting second. On the second row, Denis Mares with number 20 and Jokubas Kaminskas with number 18. There is some misunderstanding there far at the back at about 20th to 22nd starting places.
I left out Indonesia, Evan Danaswara starting this race as well. I've got to say at the moment on the live chat, South Africa are winning. They've got the most support for Ricky Weinstein on the live chat, which is good to see. Hello to everyone down in South Africa. The Idubi Raceway in South Africa. Tracks in the world. It is on the side of the mountain in the KwaZulu Natal National Park.
Have you been there?
I have seen it, and my friend Kyle Lawrence, who I commentate with, I've just got to, persuade someone in South Africa to buy me a plane ticket.
We have only seen
so I can come and announce it. I've seen it on video. I've plenty of times.
So we are waiting for invitation.
We are waiting for an invitation. Yes, it's the only track in the world. They have to go and they have to make sure there are no zebra or lions roaming around on race morning.
And the electric formula was there. That was the views were just impressive.
Yes, green flags dropped. Kids are underway. They're using the slightly smaller brand new Sodi kart chassis with the less powerful Honda GX 160 engines, and so the laps are a little bit slower, but because of the slower speed, it means you have to be smoother than ever. And
especially before the uphill.
Especially going into the uphill.
It's Denis Mares who got a great start and moved in front to the second place, but right behind Enzo Bisceglia. Bisceglia maintained his first position starting from pole, but a great start for Denis Mares, and he is defending his second now. There is going a lot, starting from P10 till P12.
They're already 3 wide action, 4 wide action going up the hill at the top of the hill. The leaders, though, trying to get single file as quickly as possible. That's the key, to get everyone single file to stop the leaders breaking away. And I think everyone's got the memo.
It's like this game when the people are one more person than cheers.
Yes.
The last one who manages to get into this one pile is losing.
The number 21 at the moment is the man losing out. That is Mark Besez from Hungary, the go-kart sport VAC entered driver. But up at the front, it's the number 6, our pole sitter, Enzo Bisceglia, 20th at his home country, his home track of Genk last year, but he's on form here this year. And side-by-side battle for second.
There goes True Firas up to second place. Denis Mares has lost starting the second lap of this race. And Tamim Firas now is third. Still leading Enzo Bisceglia with a 0.5 seconds, and Denis Mares.
Oh, a spin!
And it's spin for Denis Mares. He was just fighting for the lead, and now is last on the track.
And that is terrible news for Mares. As we look there, the second, third, fourth, and fifth. Jude Puddyfoot, the duck, up into P2 now.
P5. So 3 places gained in one corner.
Yep, as we look going into and then on the live chat at the moment, he is running in, let's look at the order, in about 14th position, the driver from the IndyCar Eastgate circuit. Penalty for Matisse Aita Rajwe Cheng. That's the French.
They are changing positions almost every lap. Is Enzo Bisceglia leading with 0.5 seconds.
Yes, indeed. Down coming. The live timing is having a little bit of a moment, but all we can say...
It's Puddyfoot in third now.
It's Puddyfoot
in fourth.
I think Puddyfoot has the pink crash helmet is Sam Neugren. He's chasing Puddyfoot. So Puddyfoot is the first of those 2 karts on your screen. Our timing system is having a bit of a moment. Yeah, the number 5 kart of Jude Puddyfoot.
And Nygren is showing what he wants to do. He's shaking hands, showing to the leaders, go and get him.
Yeah, so the timing and scoring pylon on the left-hand side of the screen is not quite correct. Bisceglia is leading. Now up into second position. Is that Firas or is it Mikosh? We'll have to check next time. So you've got Bisceglia leading, and now the second place driver has caught the race leader. And let's have a look. Who is that in? It is the number 4 kart. Rajwe. That can't be. Yeah, Rajwe is second. Yes, Rajwe's had a penalty. So right. Okay, on our screen, the penalty has already been applied to Rajwe Cheng. So Rajwe Cheng is second on the road, is 8th overall. That does mean that Puddyfoot is in P2 and Nygren is P3. Yes, and now we're going to have an interesting situation because here comes Rajwe Cheng for the race lead, but he's not actually leading the race because of his penalty. But it has allowed Puddyfoot and Nygren to close right in.
And goes in front now. Ragued, now he is leading, and how far he can get leading the race. If he can run away, then every 10th of a second will count at least 1 place. Now, with 5-second penalty, he is P8 classified now, and he needs to pull away 2 more seconds to get in front of Juraj Mikoš.
Yes, because, we've got Firas running in 4th place, 5th on the road, 6th on the road, 5th in the overall order is the number 23 kart, Luka Bogosavljevic. Sorry, I'll start that again. Bogosavljevic. Yes, that's exactly that's what I said. I promise you. Firas Bogosavljevic has gone past Firas Kaminskas Mikoš, then Rajwe Cheng, Asunama and Weinstein are the top 10. Theo Nolan is up to 13th position. Where did Theo Nolan start? The second British driver down in 17th, so he's gained a good bit of ground. The number 30 and the number 19. So Paul Liedmar has been given a 10-second penalty for dangerous driving, and Daniel Jacob from France has been given a 3-second penalty. So Liedmar is down into 28th. Only ahead of Xavier Brousseau, who I have a feeling may have been on the receiving end of Liedmar's dangerous driving.
In front of everyone on the track is Ragwe Cheng with the number 4 on his go-kart, and there is a fight for a second.
Jude Puddyfoot, the duck. There's no water to swim in here in Spain. Puddyfoot has the lead. Basalia trying to come back at him, and look at Sam Nygren. Nygren to the inside and trying to make it 3 wide. This is for the race lead. And look at that orange race suit. Tamim Firas for Jordan in kart number 23. No, that is Bogosavljevic, I think.
Do they know that they are fighting for the win now, not for the second place?
I don't think they do. I don't think they do.
Ragwe has a penalty and is classified still in P8. There they are fighting for the win. It's Biseglia still having the second place.
No, Biseglia has retaken the lead. He's second on the road, but he has just gone back past the number 23 kart of Bogosavljevic. Then it's Nygren now third. Puddyfoot has dropped back. I can't see where the duck has got to. I think he might be back into 5th position because Firas is there now in P4. Here comes Bogosavljevic. Austria to the race lead. Sweden to second.
And also Nygren goes through up to second and third on the track. Now still classified in P8 is Ragwe Cheng, who is leading and trying to pull away. There is a little bit more than half a second now between him and everyone else. Up to second goes Bogosavljevic. Now he is running second, and there Biseglia, Firas fighting behind him. We have a last 20 minutes and we are going through the last corner, so 2 laps to go.
So we know that this is going to be, we haven't got the lap counter now. Rajwe Cheng is still 8th overall. This is the battle for the race lead, and moving up into P2 now with the black crash helmet. That is the number 6 of Enzo Biseglia once again, but it's still Boglo.
Biseglia stays outside on the next corner. They are side by side still fighting. Nygren goes through, and now Nygren is actual second place driver in this race. It's Bogosavljevic now leading the race, and with a penalty Ragwe Cheng is classified still in P8.
And I have to say, I know that there are people on the live chat, they want to see the action further back, especially the South African fans. Ricky Weinstein is in 14th position. We have no control over what the producer shows. I'm sorry, guys. So,
you have to come here.
You have to, yes.
You
just
can see all track.
Hop on a plane. It's really nice. The weather's lovely. If you leave now, you should be here by Saturday for the finals of the Super Heats.
You can see also the endurance race.
Yes,
tomorrow.
Exactly. But now, Bogosavljevic leads. Nygren second. Biseglia third. No, make that Biseglia back into the great battle further back. Oh, how have we got here? That looks like a South African possibly. 3 wide. The 24. Rodrigo Caker's making a move. Good battling further back. Oh, look at this bunch coming across the line. Pick your favourite out of this lot. And this is the battle, I believe, for... This is Piacek, Asunama, Krijksens, Toncic, Yamada, and Weinstein. There you go, South Africa. Who says we're not listening to you? The WFR live TV crew doing their best. Ha ha ha. Now, we do have to go back to the front. It's game on once again. Once again, here comes Jude Puddyfoot back into the thick of things. I think that's Puddyfoot's now retaken the lead of the race. We have got 2, 4, 6, 7 of them. Oh, 3 or 4 of them spin coming out of turn number 11. It leaves Puddyfoot and it leaves Bogoslavjevic all on their own.
And they are fighting on their own. They are going too deep into the 12th corner of this race. They are joined now and side by side 3 drivers coming here. It's number 25. That's Juraj Mikaš coming. He was just 7th and now is fighting for 3rd.
Juraj Mikaš, we've had our first black flag of the day. Paul Liedma from Estonia has just been black flagged. So here is the leader on the road. This is Matthias Cheng. He has not won the race. This is the battle for the win, and it goes to Austria by half a kart length. Bogoslavjevic, I think, is that right? Ish. Bogoslavjevic.
Sounds like.
For Austria takes the win. Jude Puddyfoot, second. Unfortunately, driver number... Well, this is interesting. Matisse Eiter, Rajwe Cheng finishes 3rd. Because of that big pile-up that cost Nygren and Firas and Bishalia time, they all dropped back, and it allowed Rajwe Cheng to finish 3rd overall. He won on the road, 3rd overall. Juraj Mikaš finishes 4th. Now, up into P5 comes Japan's number 29, Kotaro Asanuma. Then it is Sam Nygren in 6th position. 7th, the Spanish driver Marca. Then it's Tamim Firas, Marcel Piacek. Wait for it, South Africa. Your boy, Ricky Weinstein, 10th.
Incredible race. We have a winner who started in P11. We have second place driver who started 8th on the grid, and 10th on the grid, no, 9th on the grid was Rajwe Cheng, who is 3rd at the finish line, and Enzo Biseglia, who got a pole, is over the finish 13, and Sam Nygren gets 6th.
Now further back, we talk about Toncic. Let's have a look. Well, we look at some of the highlights. Toncic, 12th. Bishalia, a very disappointed 13th. Kaminskas, likewise, delayed in that incident earlier on, 14th. Noland, 15th. Kakers, 16th. Innocentes and Freihuber, 17th and 18th. Nusapulu is 19th. Alexander, 20th. Then Indonesia's Danas disqualified. Franjo Toncic gets a 3-second penalty as well that drops him down to 20th position. But, well, France thought they'd take the win, but it's Austria. Austria now have their first win of the week, and it is Luka Bogoslavjevic. Bogoslavjevic. I do apologise if I'm getting that wrong. I'm thick. So as you watch there, coming down the stairs, that's my colleague, Gertz Timrots. He is heading down to the podium to present Luka Bogoslavjevic with his winner's medal. The junior drivers will be coming to the dummy grid next. They will be the next cars out. There they are. Well, there's Peter Fabry. driver number 3, for those that are under 16. They're just the heaviest in terms of their body weight. So we've got Switzerland, Slovakia, Spain, Ukraine, France, the Czech Republic, Japan, Austria again, Italy, the United Kingdom, Hungary, Poland, Slovenia, Latvia, Portugal, the Netherlands, Germany, and Belgium, all represented in this class. Well, nobody wants to point out to Sofia Gobarkova that doesn't help with aerodynamics. However, when you're a young lady and you like cats, no one, and I mean no one in their right mind is going to stop you from putting cat ears on your crash helmet. If that's what you want, that's what you're going to do. There's Roman Curtis from the United Kingdom, the driver that's qualified for this event through the Brentwood karting track. Brentwood karting providing, I think, all the British drivers here this week. As there's the very tall figure at the back. That was William van Leersum. He Now you'll see the drivers getting into their karts once again, completely random. The kart that the pole sitter, Mario Sarapulo, that is not the kart that won the last race. The juniors, the kids, they use the same groups of chassis. As you can see, at the back of that shot, there are lots of karts with no drivers in them. So there are 40 karts here, 30 drivers in each race. So, you know, these front 5 rows of drivers, those karts didn't even compete in the last race. And the race that they did compete in previously, they didn't necessarily finish, or they weren't the fastest 5. So that is how the karts are, you know, moved around all the time. Okay, well, if South Africa took over the live chat last time, it's now Slovakia's turn. Well, Slovakia and Portugal are now joining the party, watching Petr Fabry and Gaborikova from Slovakia, and from Portugal. In this race, you've got Mario Matias, you've got João Lucas Santos. So 2 Slovakians and 2 Maximilian Sovic, 3 Slovakians and 2 Portuguese drivers. There's a few people watching in school. Well done, Vinny. You've understood the assignment and you've understood it well. This is the school of life you're watching. Here we go then. Here's your starting lineup. Pole position for Italy, Mario Sarapulo. And on the outside of row number 1, Brentwood Karting's Roman Curtis. Michael Walters from the Netherlands and Igor Polak from Poland on row number 2. Emil Forker from, I said Forker, before anyone complains. On the inside of row number 3 from Germany. Then Aron Gugeli Putsatsieri from Hungary. On the outside of row 3, William van Leersum goes to the inside of row number 4 alongside Ukraine's Ivan Kopchev. Hello to Ivan's dad watching at home. Elia Zagato and Taiga Nakahara are next. Then it's the cat Sofia Gaborikova and Timothy Kushniruk. Christopher Justizieri. I'll get that right in a minute, because his dad did tell me earlier on, because I'm thick, I forgot. Giustizieri, that's the one. Lena Pickler is next. Now the Brits are in. The English flags are flying high. Then you've got Mario Matias, Peter Fabry, Maxim Dremin, Kuba Dvernicki. Then it's Maximilian Sovic, Mark Beltran, Theo Di Vincenzo, Sebastian Sasek, Joao Luis Santos, Luis Hutter, Vladimir Bruno, Ottilia Grandeberger, Oscar Vedlin, Jules Girard, and Kristaps Tennis.
And I just spoke to Luka Bogoslavljevic on the stage. He got a medal for the winner of his heat. He started P11 and he said he expected P10 and hoped for P5.
Well, it was just P10. It was just he hoped to gain one position, but he did.
Top
top
5
one
was
position plus another 10 more.
Yeah, so the win was quite unexpected. Of course, he was lucky, but it shows that anything is possible here on the track.
It is indeed. Our Lebanese friends are on the live chat as well. Lebanon not represented in the junior class. They've got drivers in several other divisions. And, I know that a lot of Lebanese race fans are keenly following the exploits of Christopher El Fagali in the world of karting. Now we have 2, 4, 6. That is Ivan Kopchev. Well, his dad is at home watching, and so Ivan in kart number 21 wanted to make sure his dad knew which kart he was in by driving at the middle of the track for a little bit. There we go.
And here it seems like Roman Curtis is quite over the line on his grid spot. The front wheels are...
Anticipation, I think that is, Gert. Gert, anticipation. He's also pointing that kart slightly inwards to watch, to try and get across and Sarapulo down. Green flag waves.
Our pole sitter, and somehow very, very slow is going off the line. Sarapulo.
Well, Roman
he is only pushed from behind. He got some speed going into the first corner, and it means Roman Curtis is in front now, leading the pack. But somehow Mario Sarapulo maintained the second place.
I would say that Curtis got off to a lightning start, but in no world... and a spin! In no world could anybody describe that the starts in kids as lightning. They are a little bit slow to get away. Hang on a sec. 6 wide, new record coming through the turn 7, and some of them carry on pointing in the right direction. And we got 6 wide again. Oh, what a move! Driver with a white race suit, the green sleeves. Mirror signal, right arm down, in.
It's Curtis, Sarapulo, and it seems like Walters now in third. They just started their race. And waving hands, showing where to go and how far they want to run away from everyone else behind.
Daniel Jacob, who was out in the previous race, he's not running under the Lebanese flag, but he is
and there
Lebanese
comes inside Mario Sarapulo, trying to get back second place and still gets third.
The Japanese are in. Senna on the live chat. I can't read Japanese, unfortunately, or speak it, but konnichiwa to you anyway. Momo arigato. Here we go. Battle of the lead. William Van Leersum. He's got the Mumbai Falcons race suit on. That's the team he competes for out in the UAE, and he was second in this class a year ago. Roman Curtis. I'm just looking there. He was 19th in the kids class last year, so he's giving away a bit of experience to William Van Leersum as the battle for fourth position goes on between Emil Forker and Elias Segato. Our pole sitter, Sarapulo, in kart number 12. Well, he's actually dropped back a little bit. There's Sarapulo trying to get that kart up the hill towards turn number 8. He's running in fourth.
Our pole sitter now is down in P4. Curtis and Van Leersum still fighting for the lead. Van Leersum following closely. The second lap of this race is coming to an end. We still have 7 minutes to go, and 2 leaders with a small margin in front of everyone. There is a Mulder almost a second between first and third place drivers, and Sarapulo is already down in P4.
And unfortunately, it's gone very badly wrong for Michael Walters. Michael Walters was the driver that spun on the opening lap, and he has dropped right down to last position, and he's
And
5
also-
seconds. And he's been given a 5-second penalty, so he was the architect of his own demise. We've got a 3-wide situation going into turn number 16. Sarapulo now trying to fight back and reclaim some of the places he has lost, but up at the front, Roman Curtis and William van Leersum are escaping.
But Sarapulo is somehow losing places lap after lap, and now already is down to P6.
And I mean, he'll obviously say he was unlucky with the kart, but if he doesn't like this kart, it's going to be the only time he drives this kart. There goes
It
the
seems
number
like
2.
He's unlucky with his positioning on the track.
Well,
in this race. And now it's the next one going. It's Forker going on the right side of him.
Yep, Emil Forker jumping up and down in the race seat, but Sarapulo does manage to hold on. Elias, while one Italian driver slips down the order, another one is going very quickly, Elias Segato in kart number 22. Well,
and one more person who is supporting Curtis at the lead now is William van Leersum. They are very supportive each other and going away from everyone else.
Yes, because if Roman starts to defend, we've still got 5 minutes to go. Roman starts to defend. Suddenly, Segato and maybe even Lewis Hutter from Switzerland, who's up into P4, or Poland's number 17 driver, Kuba Dwornicki, who's up to 5th. Kopchev runs 6th, Forker 7th, Oscar Vedlin is 8th. Penalties.
It goes worse for Mario Sarapulo. Number 12 got 3 seconds penalty, and now Sarapulo is down the order in 22nd place, started from pole.
I've got to say, if you're watching this, like and share the 3MK events live stream. Share it out to other drivers that you know. Because this goes on all day. There will be this YouTube particular broadcast ends at the end of the second heat. There'll be another YouTube live stream for heat number 3, so you need to refresh your browsers later on this evening. But then you've got the 12-hour endurance race tomorrow, and then on Saturday you'll see all the sprint masters, women, kids and juniors in the super heat and the main event. This is a points-based championship. Every driver scores points in all 3 of their heats, the super heats and the finals, and they get points in these classes, 2 points for pole position. It's not the first driver that crosses the line on Saturday in the final that wins, necessarily. It's an accumulation of all 5 races.
But it's nice to have.
It's nice, and it's
to
nice
win the final.
It's nice to win the final, but it means that you don't see so much desperation in the final. It doesn't turn into bumper carts. Now, finger forward, saying, right, Louis Hutter, the red and white Swiss race suit, saying to Kuba Dwernicki, push me. Let's go. We can. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Thumbs up. That's right. Kuba agrees.
You see them
forward,
there. You see them.
Yes. Charge. And to be fair to Roman Curtis, William van Leersum takes a long look over his shoulder.
Yes, but he seems pretty relaxed in the second position. There is the tucking under his steering wheel, Roman Curtis, trying to get this aerodynamic advantage. And there's William van Leersum just sitting straight, looking. Oh, no, he's starting to work too.
Yeah. Van Leersum had a look over his shoulder, judged the gap, and then thought to himself, okay, no need to panic just yet. No need to panic just yet. 2 minutes to go. All 29 starters are still running. I know we've got a lot of Portuguese fans watching. And number 23, Mario Matias. He's had a warning flag, no penalty, but he's had a warning flag. He has moved his way into 7th position ahead of Oscar Vedlin. Unfortunately, our poleman, Sarapulo, has slipped to 12th, just in front of Kopchev. Good performance. Number 19, Ottilia Grandenberger. Granberg. She has moved herself up into 14th position for Latvia.
But there still is a fight for the win and for the 3rd place. Here comes Hutter in front of Dvernitsky. Dvernitsky is, it seems like he is starting to cooperate with Hutter, and they are reducing the gap to the leaders. 1.3 between Curtis and Hutter here in the red race suit. And there is a fight for the win. It's enough for William van Leersum. He goes in front and now is leading the race. Roman Curtis is 2nd, and they swapping their positions means the closer is coming Hutter and Dvernitsky.
Right, Roman, you won't know, William van Leersum, you won't know this, Roman, but you've got mates back home who are probably in their maths lesson or, I don't know, English or biology, that are crouching down, probably got an AirPod in their ears, listening to us to waffle on, trying to keep their phone on a dark mode so that the teacher doesn't spoil them and give them a whooping. And they're getting caught by Hutter and Dwernicki.
And Dvernitsky 4th, Hutter 3rd, and Curtis just lost the lead, and William van Leersum, who started 7th on the grid, now is leading the race, and as Hutter starts to fight with Roman Curtis, they are losing ground to William van Leersum. Leersum has got more than half a second lead going into the penultimate lap.
And they crossed the line just before the clock struck 0, so this will be the penultimate lap. Curtis needs a good shove now from Hutter and also from Dvernitsky.
Dvernitsky is side by side with Hutter going up into the 3rd place. Hutter goes wide and changes his line during this corner. Dvernitsky is 3rd and going right side out of the corner. Dvernitsky now is fighting for the 2nd. Curtis is still holding his 2nd place, but so narrow line for Dvernitsky, and Hutter is side by side with him.
I'm trying to see, where did Luis Hutter start? The answer is he started 24th. Wow, he has made some moves up into P14 now for Sofia Gaborikova. Well, she's dropped a little bit there, but she's still hanging on well. Oh, Curtis back to the race lead. Roman Curtis drives William van Leersum in very deep, but he's going to have to make that number 13 cart very, very wide indeed.
There comes Dvernitsky again, moves up to 3rd. Hutter is outside. No, Hutter is still in front. During this short straight, Hutter is 3rd. Van Leersum stays in the middle of the track, and Hutter is side by side fighting for 2nd. There comes Dvernitsky, dives inside, and Hutter is left 4th. We are starting last lap of this race, and 4 go-karts side by side through the starting straight.
And on the outside, Luis Hutter trying, then he gets muscled wide. Roman Curtis has got them lined up 3 abreast behind him. Don't turn around, Roman. You don't want to know what's happening behind you. Just focus. Hutter up to P2. He's got a best lap of 1 minute 35.3. That's a second faster than everybody. I hope that he's remembered to put the lead ballast in, because well, it doesn't matter how fast your engine is, if you're not on the right position of the track, then you're not going to gain places. Van Leersum is going to squeeze Louis Hutter like a zit as they come into turn 11. Hutter stands his ground, and back at them comes Dvernitsky.
And as soon as they touched Van Leersum and Hutter, they lost to Dvernitsky. It shows us how little you need, how little you have to make some mistakes mistake, and you are losing positions. You are losing ground here on the track. Hutter and Van Leersum just touched their go-karts side by side, and that was enough for Dwernitsky to go in a second and to fight for the lead. Now it's Roman Curtis still in front.
Look at Hutter signaling to Van Leersum. He says, we're going to do the up and under. Curtis defends. Here comes Hutter. Van Leersum, one playing ball. Van Leersum's like, I'm in this for myself, thank you very much. But it's going to be the first win of the week for Team UK, for Brentwood Karting, and for Roman Curtis, who takes it by 1/10 of a second.
It's Dwernitsky who on the last lap gains 2 positions and is second. It's Lewis Hutter in a P3 and William Van Leersum, who just 2 laps ago led the race, now is in P4. But Lewis Hutter came from 12th row on the grid, from 24th place on the grid to get third. It's huge.
I will say this, obviously, I mean, this is not to take anything away from Lewis Hutter. However, the kart he's in did a lap that was a 1 minute 35.3 for Hutter. Dwernitsky did a 1:35.3. The apex timing, Sony Kart, they'll be looking at that, and they will be looking at this, and just to see, because if there is one kart that for whatever reason is a lot quicker than another, they will remove that from play.
Yes, but now we have 2 karts.
But it wasn't the only kart that did a 1 minute 35.3 second lap. As you look down the order, well, let's have a look. Segato finished in 6th position, while Van Leersum 4th. Then it was Matthias for Portugal 5th. Segato in 6th.
Was one of the few driving into 1 minute 35.
Yes,
but 35.9. We still have 1 minute 35.8 from Vedlin. And
but there's something. Elias Segato started 9th, finished 8th. Elias' best lap, 1 minute 37.1. You know, that's like 1.8 seconds slower than Hutter. But Segato also picked up positions. So, you know, it's...
but anyway, you cannot gain places from 24th
without doing some blinking good driving.
With just a few tenths quicker go-kart.
No, that's a good drive from Hutter. Then you have Oscar Vedlin, Sasek, Emil Forker, Sarapulo, the pole sitter, dropping to 10th. Grandberger up into 11th. Great result for the young lady from Latvia. Kopchev 12th, Polak, Sovic, Lena Pichler, Gaborikova 16th, Dremin, Kushtiruk, Fabri, Di Vincenzo, Beltran, Santos, Tennis, Girard, Justizieri, Nakahara, and the rest. I'm going to go and give a winner's medal to Roman Curtis as we round out the first group of heat races.
And also Kuba Dwernitsky started from 9th row on the grid, so he was 19th. No, he was 18th on the starting grid and finished 2nd, so a lot was going on during this race. For junior category, we have ended the first heats today, but there will be no break now. The Masters category are getting ready now. We just saw a short recap of the juniors race. The Roman Curtis took the win. It's Kuba Dwernitsky finishing 2nd and Lewis Hutter 3rd. But now we are waiting for the Masters and starting already 2nd heats of this day. And we are back here at Saudi World Series, and we are ready to start the second heat. Master category drivers taking their go-karts now and ready to go on a formation lap. Just ended the first heat with the junior category, and there we saw that anything is possible here at Saudi World Series. The Roman Curtis took the win starting second. The Kuba Dwernitsky took second starting from P18, and Louis Hutter was third, and on the grid he was only 24th. So highly unexpected results in junior category, and now masters are ready to go on the track. We are starting second heats today, and there will be a break after women race. So masters now, then women are getting ready, and then there will be a break within a second heat, and then we will continue with the sprint group A, group B, group C, and group D, and so on. But now it's Gustavo Zimmermann Martins, who is starting from pole position. It's Makoto Kubo starting second in a masters category. Second row on the grid is Eduardo Favila and Jan Andersen. We saw Jan Andersen taking pole in the first heat. Now he's starting fourth. It's Oliver Bruno starting fifth, and P6 on the grid is Geoffrey Galichet, last year's winner in Masters category. And seventh is Laurent Coendo, eighth Andrea Rocco, ninth on the grid is Juan Esteban, and P10 for Brice Nguessan. Then sixth row Ruslan Zdenis and Joel Faure. Then Jose Pires in seventh row with Marco Lauer. Then eighth row on the grid Fabrice Lanus and Julien Bezengi. Row number 9 for Alexander Patirshin and Stefano Lelli. Then 19th on the grid is Jose Francisco Gonzalez Jimenez, and 20th on the grid is Carlos Andre Augusto. Then 11th row for Luc Neibecker and Olivier Lorenzon. Then row number 12, Kazufumi Saita and Martin Burgers. Row number 13 for Christian Rudnik and Tero Makinen. Then row number 14, Jérôme Huet and Frank Vernole. Then Farid Taglet and Nadim Haddad. Masters on the formation lap and ready to go. We are starting second heat. So now they are arranged on the grid according to second qualifying results yesterday. So each yesterday's qualifying was defining the starting grid, starting order for each today's heat. So if you lost one qualifying session, it means you still can win other and improve your starting position. So we had different winners in each category in each qualifying heat. It was only Debbie Wolves who got 2 wins in a qualifying in women category, 2 pole positions, but everywhere else we got different pole sitters in each class. And now the master category is back on the grid, and we are ready to start the second heats.
Now, I spoke to Manuel Branco earlier. The first heat was interrupted by, a few issues at the start. Apparently, some of the drivers are confused about the lights going on and then the red lights going off. Some thought that was the signal to go, which it is. Others weren't so sure.
It's strange that others weren't so sure, because
it was in the briefing.
It was in the briefing. It was in the sporting regulations.
Yes,
when
indeed.
the lights go off, you start racing. But now
we're going to do it by the green flag. Off we go. Masters Heat 2.
It's always easier by the green flag, but not so precise like with the red lights. But now we are racing again. 3 go-karts side by side, and it's a rallycross started there.
That's going to be, that driver's going to be very careful. Right, he's going to stop. He was forced wide. He's now stopped, done the correct thing.
Where's everyone?
Waiting for everybody to pass. He will probably have to rejoin in last position, but that at least doesn't risk him getting an exclusion or a disqualification. Gustavo Zimmermann Martins has the race lead. The top two trying to break away, more dust being kicked up. And into second place is that Eduardo Favila from Brazil. He certainly got it's the number 13. It is Eduardo Favila, the Brazilian driver from the Cartodromo di Castelo Branco.
And not so good start for Makoto Kubo. He's down now, fighting, it seems like in fourth position now, but goes inside Eduardo Favila. He's not waiting longer already on the first lap. He's going through and taking the lead from Gustavo Zimmermann Martins.
And now we haven't had a Brazilian pole position winner yesterday or a race winner. There's not many Brazilians represented here, but rental karting in Brazil is hugely popular. There are so many live streams of rental kart racing in Brazil. Some of the big tracks, Granja Viana for example, they have their own in-house live streaming service. Every rental kart race is streamed, but obviously they don't all use Sony karts. There's Ian Anderson from the Faroe Isles, the race 1 winner. Profoundly deaf. He runs organises and assists the deaf simulation racing.
But he knows how to communicate with others with hand signals.
The universal pointing of the finger saying go, go, go. New fast is that 1 minute 30. Well, that was opening lap, so that time doesn't mean very much. Makoto Kubo he is in third, side by side now for the race lead. Favila with the Brazilian colours on his crash helmet.
Stefano Lelli got a black flag. He got disqualified from this race. Was that Stefano Lelli the one who went across the track?
Very possibly. Yes, that could have been.
It was not his fault.
No, maybe you have to discuss that with the race director afterwards. We will focus.
Was he a victim or was he a villain?
Well, I mean, he was certainly on the outside. He certainly didn't drive onto the dirt of his own free will. I think because it was coming out of here, so he went over the gravel. I think possibly they said, look, you could have just come back on and not slowed the cart down and not just carried on driving through, although he didn't stop before he regained the circuit.
He was going with a go-kart over this what is left of the grass and those stone and sand, and you are lucky it's still going straight and it's still going, not to slow down.
Yep, we got a new leader. It's number 5, our pole sitter, back to the front, Gustavo Zimmermann Martins. Makoto Kubo for Japan is there as well in kart number 10, the Formula Dream Hiratsuka driver. 3 for the lead. It is Portugal, Brazil and Japan.
Eduardo Favila was in front and lost his lead. Kubo was at one moment even fourth and now is back in third and fighting for the lead. It's Eduardo Favila now second, followed by Makoto Kubo. And there in the fourth place we have Ian Anderson. He is trying to reduce the gap there. He is running away from Coendo and Bruno and also Galichet.
And it's interesting, Coendo and Galichet were very fast in the first series of races. Now we're beginning to see a pattern developing. It doesn't matter what cart you put some of these drivers in, they head to the front. New leader, or back to the front, Eduardo Favila. Kubo now takes second place.
It's Gustavo Zimmermann Martins who lost 2 places in a one starting straight. Makoto Kubo just dive inside together with Eduardo Favila. Favila is leading again. The 3 drivers fighting for the lead now, but this fight has took away the lead. They have an advantage over Ian Anderson. Anderson is right behind them.
And Anderson has just set a new fastest lap. 1 minute 24.
He knew when to do that.
610, yeah, at the perfect time. We were looking at this when I was presenting Roman Curtis with his winner's trophy, winner's medal after that last race. A beaming Louis Hutter came round and he said to me, P24 to P3 or P2. I watched, I spoke about it, and I asked him, is it Louis or Lewis? And he goes, we got a new leader, hang on, we'll come back to that. Makoto Kubo into the lead. Japan leads for the first time today. But then he said, he said, in French it's Louis, in English it's Luis. So just call me Lewis Hamilton.
Okay.
Okay.
He has earned that.
He has earned that for now.
24 to third. It's okay.
Not too bad. Now we have got a 4-kart lead battle. Kubo, Favila, Timmermans, Martins, and Anderson. Then a 1.7 second gap to Galichet.
It's perfect timing for Ian Anderson when he ran away from those 4 cars which were chasing him, and with the one fastest lap of the race, Ian Anderson now is fighting for the top 3 positions. Now he goes through. Anderson is third already. There is Zimmermans, Martins, obviously disappointed with this event on the track.
Yep, but now Kubo has got 3.5 minutes. Looking down, we've got 29 of the 30 starters still running. Carlos Andre Augusto, the Brazilian stroke Aruban driver, he's 29th. Vignoli is 28th. Penalty for Oliver Lorencon. That drops Oliver Lorencon, the Swiss driver, down to 22nd. And we've also had a 5-second penalty for Tunisia's Farid Taglet.
So we have Stefano Lelli disqualified from the race for cutting the track, and we have 5 seconds penalty for Taglet. We have 3 seconds penalty for Lorenson. Lorenson now is classified in the position according to his number, 22nd.
Yes, indeed. Let's have a look at this. Oh, well, we've had several people from Lebanon tuning in this race. The Lebanese master driver, Nadim Haddad, he is running in 25th position. Bruno Nguessan struggling in this race. Down the order, Nguessan, who was high up in qualifying heat number 1, down in 22nd position.
But Ian Anderson just got third and now is ready to fight with Eduardo Favila. Here they go downhill, and on the straight in the middle part of the track is in the middle of the racing line now. And Ian Anderson stays behind. Eduardo Favila still second, and the next straight before going uphill, Anderson is outside. Still chasing Eduardo Favila, not like
Favila tapping his helmet saying, come on, follow me. And he looks over his shoulder. Anderson gives him the thumbs up, pushes him along. That's good teamwork. I noticed that number 16, Germany's Marco Lauer, who missed the first race, obviously he may have overslept his alarm. He is here now racing in heat number 2. Geoffrey Galichet in kart number 1. The reigning champion, 1 minute 24.499. He's in 5th position and he's closing on the leaders, but he's only got a minute plus 1 lap to go.
And with the help of Ian Anderson, now Eduardo Favila has catched Makoto Kubo. All 3 go-karts, right, one after another. They are fighting for the win. We are in the last minute of this race. There they go in the highest point on this track. It seems like they will not cross the finish line before the time ends in this race. Makoto Kubo in front, Eduardo Favila second, Ian Anderson third. Kubo already goes on the left side to the inside before the 12th corner on the track. Favila moves to the better line, and it's Ian Anderson on the outside, still inside, held by Makoto Kubo. He is holding the lead. Ian Anderson side by side with Eduardo Favila, looking back over his shoulder. Makoto Kubo, does he see Anderson on the right side of the track, looking over left shoulder?
Well, Anderson did the crossover on Favila. Now Favila coming back, trying to do the crossover on Anderson. Watch for the driver in the blue race suit. That's Martins. He's coming back. And Geoffrey Galichet in kart number 1. His little son Valentin is here with him and his wife watching. Galichet now into P5, closing up. Kubo leads for Japan with less than a lap to go.
And there is Zimmerman Martins, there is a Galichet. Now there are 5 cars fighting, 6 even maybe, in the last lap of this race. Makoto Kubo is turning his head around. Left shoulder, right shoulder, left again. Where are they? Who is trying to overtake him. Now is Eduardo Favila third. Ian Anderson is following him in third position. Second for Favila. Makoto Kubo leading side by side. Favila and Anderson for one more time. Last lap of the race. Now Anderson has the inside line going into the 12th corner now. And to the inside of Geoffrey Galichet goes Coendo or Martins.
And it's Galichet with the French tricolour on the back of his race suit into P4. Anderson bidding to become a double heat winner here. Oh, Favilla's going to tend it in deep. Kubo backs them all up coming through turn number 16. Now through 17. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Kubo versus Anderson.
And Galichet versus Favila fighting for third and fourth. Kubo takes the win. Anderson is the second. Favila third. And Galichet just lost to Coendo in the last meters of this race.
Fantastic racing. Galichet, number 6, the other French driver, Laurent Coendo, was a fantastic gained a fourth position there on the last lap behind Favila. Galichet 5th. We didn't mention number 19, Jose Perez, all race, but then he comes through to finish in P6 ahead of Gustavo Zimmerman Martins. Spain's Juan Esteban and Olivier Bruno were next. Ruslan's Dennis from Latvia, then Marco Laura in 11th for Germany, and Joel Fauré for France. The next driver along finishing in P11 was Italy's Andrea Rocco. Then we look down the finishing order, several drivers getting penalties in that one. Andrea Rocco did get a penalty but still came home in 13th position, 3 seconds. The number 27, Farid Taglet, 5 seconds for a hard block or a hard push. The black flag was for Stefano Lelli for cutting the track. Also the number 22 of Olivier Laurencon, who finished 22nd, getting a penalty as well. A look back at this race, Ian Anderson, you could see there, third at the start. He would lose a few positions there specifically, although he had to fight hard. Drivers over the grass. At the front there is the demise of Stefano Lelli, who cut the track. Did he stop completely and wait? I'm not sure what the ruling is. Good battle between Favela and Martins. And Makoto Kubo on his debut in Masters, which is for drivers aged 40 and above, takes his first win of the week and Japan's first win of the week, or their first top spot in any session of the week. Yesterday we had 12 different nations and 14 different drivers taking pole positions in the 15 qualifying sessions we had. We have 24 heat races today. Everyone will drive in 3 heat races. So far, of the first 2, 4, 6, 8, unsurprisingly, this was the first race where we could have had a double heat winner. Second round of heats, that was Ian Anderson, who could have been the double heat winner. He wasn't. So we've had 9 different heat winners from 7 different countries so far. As you look at the closing stages, Makoto Kubo happy, Ian Anderson also happy. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
One thing we know for sure.
Okay.
Makoto Kubo is happy.
Good. Excellent, excellent. Now, there's a lot of people in French on the live chat talking about the endurance. The 12-hour endurance is tomorrow. We will be covering it
after 24 hours from now.
Yes, it will be beginning in exactly 24 hours from now. It starts at midday, it finishes at midnight. That's tomorrow. This is now. It's the second heat for the Ladies' Cup. A very, very happy Makoto Kubo is heading back to the pits. Now, we've had a couple of internet issues here at the circuit this morning, which has caused the live stream and the timing to occasionally drop out. That is because even though it is boiling hot here in Spain, in Andalusia, it is also quite windy, and the wind has blown one of our internet antennas over. Martin Roivers, the fantastic operator here at KartCenter Campillos, and his team, along with WFR Live TV and SodiCart, are working tirelessly to make sure that the issue is resolved. Dias Pers, when is quali for the endurance race, please? Well, it's in the morning before the race. I believe it is at Gert's Team Rots. We'll tell you now.
It is at 9:30. The qualifying will start at 9:30 and will end at 11 o'clock. There are 90 minutes, 1.5 hours for qualifying, and every driver from team has to drive at least one full lap on the track, and the starting position of the team will be determined by the all best laps of all teams drivers combined.
Oh, really? Okay. So it's a real team event.
Yeah, it's not enough to have one or two fast drivers. Actually, the slowest driver will determine your starting position.
Okay. Well, already the online beef has begun over who's going to win the endurance. Save it for tomorrow. Let's talk about this race. Yulia Shipchak from Ukraine and Ines Crouchkova from France on row number 1. Race 1 pole sitter, Debbie Wolfs. This is the only race she will not start from pole position from. And race 1 winner, Carla Fadey, will go from row number 2. So if I was Shipchak and Crouchkova, I would try and work together and break away, because there are there are 28 very fast ladies behind them, but 2 of the fastest ladies are sitting right behind them. Then you have Nicole Protivova and Anastasia Tereschenko, Vanessa Lariu and Aliona Palchik, Margot Beal, Sofia Simbal, Leah Tajnikar, Frederica Zetakova, and the rest. Sarai Garcia, the local ace, the hometown favourite. She's one of several Spanish ladies in this race, I believe. Let's have a little look.
But Sarai Garcia somehow was slow in a second quali yesterday, and now is starting only 13th on the grid.
Somebody has,
it's quite a...
Gertz, no joking about ladies parking. Now, come on.
I was intended to joke just about the parking, not about the ladies.
I'm sorry. Okay. Anya Barrett and Sito Li Shin at the back of the field. Elizabeth Sulce and Joanna Morea just in front of them. Evelina Manchiu from Moldova is there. Celine Tachori from Lebanon starts on the inside of row number 11. And Felicia Hines, she's got the David Serra race suit on.
And there is something happening at the end. It's Florentian Modric or Elisa Rocco. There is some problems with the starting grid. Now it seems like not yet everyone is right in their places.
I think we're good to go.
The front rows are good to go already for more than half a minute, but we are still managing something there at the back, and only when all 30 Ladies are ready to go. We will start the second heat now. And green flag goes down. It's Ines Kruchkova starting really fast, but she's on the outside. Julia Spicak is on the inside going into the first corner. Side by side, inside line for Spicak, and Julia is leading the race. Ines Kruchkova trying to overtake going into the third corner. There comes on the inside Ines Kruchkova and trying to get the lead.
Debbie Wolfs hasn't made a great start. She's there in 5th position now. Carla Fadey on the outside, trying to make it up into P2. There's the bright pink race suit and crash helmet of Anya Barrett, I believe that is. She has, I think that's Anya Barrett in the bright pink. Number 18, is that right? Yes, the Brentwood karting ladies made a fast start for the back row of the grid. She's passed about 8-9 drivers already.
Ines Kruchkova really fast at the beginning of the race, leading already by more than 0.3 of a second, pulling away from everyone else. Is she able to do that without any slipstream, just working alone? We have seen something like that in I think one race.
Yep,
in,
that was
first heat.
Yep, Diego Perez Lara, that was. But
everyone else needs a company to get away from bigger company.
Exactly. But you know something? The ladies, this is the smartest at the front of the field has looked at the end of lap number 1. They all know, they've all been watching, they know they're using the same go-karts as the Sprint Cup and the Masters.
And they are using the same track. Not like we see before.
Yes.
And going off there.
And, they've all got themselves single file up at the front early on. Looking down the order, Sarai Garcia's up into 9th. As I say that, they break ranks. Debbie Wolfs now having to defend from Anastasia Tereshchenko.
And still in the front is Ines Kruchkova, Julia Spicak driving second and goes off the track, Vanessa Lariu.
And Lariu and Tereshchenko losing ground there. Tereshchenko is behind Lariu.
That's good news for Carla Fadey.
And there's now 3 wide coming out. There's the number 29 kart. That's Aliona Palchik, another one of the Ukrainian drivers, trying to make something happen. And the number 12 kart, 3 wide, coming into turn number 13 now. And that's the number 12 kart of Sarai Garcia, trying to make moves with that the white lettering on the back of her race suit, her blue race suit.
And Simbal just last 2 positions, just staying on the outside in corner number 13 before going uphill. There is a quite interesting line starting with corner 12 and going into corner 13, because there we are starting second uphill drive on the lap, and there is quite a lot of position changes during those corners.
And Andre Faria is supporting Joana Moreira from Portugal, the Cartodromo de Lieria driver. Well, unfortunately for Joana Moreira, she is down in 29th position. Penalties incoming. Number 4, Florentin Modric, 10 seconds for cutting the track. That drops her down to 30th place. 5 seconds for Nicole Protivova. That drops Protivova, the Czech Republic driver, down to 18th. 3 seconds for Heidi Draganic, the Croatian driver. That drops Draganic down to 29th. So it is still fearsome battling in the Ladies' Cup, and it's still Ines Kruchkova leading from Shipshak, and Wolfs now 4th. Into 3rd position, that's Carla Fadey, still 3rd.
And they are fighting 3rd and 4th on the track now, but if they finish in those positions like now, Carla Fadey and Debbie Wolfs will be leading women category after 2 heats, because they will have the same points. And now Carla Fadey going 3rd and Debbie Wolfs 4th. It means Carla Fadey gets 2 points more and will be leader after the 2 heats. But we still have 5 minutes plus 1 lap to go, and here everything is possible.
Yeah, and so for Australian fans watching, Felicia Hines from Adrenaline Sports. Quick watch. She needs to give it the Yandel. Does Felicia Hines. Give it the Jandel. And get up the order a little bit. She's down in 25th at the moment. As we now look back at this battle with coming through turn number 12, led by Wolves. So this is the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and no, is that Fadea's dropped back in cart number 8? Oh, no, it's the battle for 3rd place now. Wolves up to 3rd. They look like the 4 ladies in 2nd, 3rd, 4th. They're beginning to, well, they were looking like they were beginning to put together some sort of strategy to catch Crouchkova, but that strategy lasted one straightaway.
It's not a strategy. It seems like a fight for the place who will be chasing Crouchkova.
Yes.
Crouchkova is driving away at the front. There Debbie Wolves moving up to 2nd. Julia Spicak now losing 1 position during this lap, and maybe even more than 1 position. Now Debbie Wolves is running 2nd, and that would give Debbie Wolves 1 point advantage in overall scoring now.
Yep, Melody Robin. She qualified for this from KCR Karting in Quebec in Canada, but she's representing France here. She is the latest recipient of a penalty. Well, no one can accuse the ladies of not trying. And now
Debbie Wolves is.
Debbie Wolves is going to be trying to take the lead away from Ines Crouchkova. On the Ales Inez says a few people on the live chat. Well, she may need more words of encouragement because Debbie Wolves, well, there's a wolf on the prowl, and Debbie's about to, get her teeth out, maybe take a chunk out the Crouchkova.
Is the gap behind Debbie big enough to start a move to try to fight, or is she helping to get away together with Crouchkova and then decide who will be the winner?
I mean, Wolves was looking to the inside there, coming into turn number 18, so I think she may just want to try and get ahead. 2, 4, 6, 8 drivers. 8 drivers. She doesn't want to risk getting shuffled back. So this lead group consists of Crouchkova, Wolfs, Fadej, Shipchak, our pole sitter, Lariu, Terashenko, Timbal, and Sarai Garcia. Margot Beal is 9th, and then a second Spanish lady in the race, number 27, Natalia Ibanez Gonzalez, rounds out the top 10.
We needed Debbie Wolves to get 2nd position to catch the Crouchkova, because before that Ines Crouchkova was driving away, and now Debbie Wolves is side by side going into the lead. Debbie Wolves is in front. She had the inside line going into the turn number 12, and Debbie Wolves is leading again. Ines Crouchkova now is still fighting for a 2nd, but we will decide it now. 3rd place now is Carla Fadej.
Carla Fadej's just lost 4th position. Lariu and Fadej are side by side. I think up into P3 is that Terashenko. I think that's going to be Terashenko. Possibly to 3rd position. Let's have a look. It's the number 6. It's Nicole Protivova. And Nicole Protivova, she's got a time penalty. So Protivova, she's 3rd on the road in cart number 6, but in the race, she is only 19th because Protivova.
And rallycross again.
Who was that that's gone off?
Wasn't that Debbie?
Was that Debbie Wolves that's gone off?
Or not?
It was one of the leaders. Or was that Shipchak?
No, Debbie Wolves is still leading. Everything okay?
And I think it was Shipchak who must have been. No, Shipchak is 2nd. It was one of the leaders, the 3 and the 17, Wolves and Crouchkova. I think it was Shipchak. Shipchak who was pushed off there and lost a lot of ground.
And now 30 seconds left in this race. Debbie Wolves is leading. Ines Crouchkova still close behind. The fight is not over. It's Nicole Protivova chasing in a P3 now. But she got a penalty and is classified only in P19.
Yeah,
so
no, she must have been given a hefty penalty. Yes, 5 seconds. So she was given an 8-second penalty. was one small push, another hard push to pass. So Protivova, 8 seconds. She's going to be upset with that, but meanwhile, Anya Barrett has passed half the field. She started last, and she is now 15th in this 30-cart field. Final lap, Debbie Wolfs trying to hold off number 17, Ines Krochkova.
Ines Krochkova second, there is Protivova in third, but she's got penalty, so she's not fighting for the third on the track. It's Carla Fade with the number 8, classified third now, but as long as Protivova is in front, Carla Fade can do nothing about better positions than third.
Sheepshack has recovered to 5th position in the race. 6th on the road, 5th in the race, as
Lario is in front of her. And this is the last lap in this race. Debbie Wolfs is leading Ines Krochkova. Right behind, they are still discussing something. There are 4 corners to go.
Yeah. Oh, Ines with a little bit of a try of the old bump and run on Debbie Wolfs. Debbie Wolfs going to have to stop the crossover here. Krochkova takes a high line in. She's going to try the undercut. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Krochkova is on her way. Oh, Wolfs hangs on by half a cart length.
200ths of a second. That's what Ines Krochkova missed to get the win in this race. Debbie Wolfs takes the win. Ines Krochkova is second. Carla Fade third. Vanessa Lario fourth. And Špičák is fifth. Then Cimbal, Garcia, Beale, Marciano, Tereshkova at the end of top 10. Then Palchik and Setakova.
And there we go. So good sporting fist bump there between Wolfs and Krochkova. Good results for France there. France second, third and fourth. Krochkova, Fade and Lariu. Ukraine fifth and sixth. Sheepshack and Cimbal. Then Sarai Garcia making her way up to 8th. Margot Beal, Rosanna Marciano, Anastasia Tereshenko dropped back. Alonia Palchuk, Anya Barrett 13th. Protivova crossed the line third, finishes
Protivova
14th.
Actually made 5 positions during last lap. With her penalties, he was classified 19th at the beginning of last lap and now is up to P14.
There's Felicia Hines, more Yandel needed for Felicia. Evelina Manchu from Moldova in 26, Judy Tilkin, Joanna Morera, Heidi Daganic and Florentine Maudrich. Well, Debbie Wolfs, nobody has got more trophies this weekend so far than Debbie Wolfs. 2 pole positions yesterday. They were actual proper trophies, and a winner's medal here in heat number 2, and she'll start the last race from pole position.
And that brings Debbie Wolfs in the P1 in overall rankings in the woman category here. She's got 61 points for 2 heats and is 2 points in front of Carla Fade. Ines Krochkova with this great drive is third but tied on points with Sofia Cimbal and Vanessa Lario, all 3 of them having 54. And Sarai Garcia is 6th after 2 heats for the woman category. Now there will be a break after the woman race, and after 1 hour we will be back for the sprint group A. Now we will start the sprint group A at 1:35. It's 12:24 now, and the start for the sprint group A is 1:35, and a pre-grid everyone should be ready at 1:15.